If you say so, Mr. Announcer. We indeed are ready to go. Welcome into it, everybody. Gwynn and Chris on a Thursday, 2 o'clock, West Coast time, and we're back on the West Coast, both of us, Skraby and I.
Yes.
Back in the old time zone here at the Bill House Studios, where we know how. And we got 4 full hours to chat with you on Gwynn and Chris today. Tony Gwynn Jr. is, of course, with the Padres. They are playing the Cincinnati Reds today. And that game's in the top of the 6th inning, Skraby, and but it's not at Peoria, which means it's a slow game, and he's got to travel back after the game. I don't know where the Reds play. I think it's in Surprise or somewhere along those lines.
I love screaming that every time.
It is kind of a weird name for a city. I'm glad I don't live there, honestly.
Well, do you know how Truth or Consequences New Mexico got its name?
From the TV show.
Yeah.
Bob Barker used to host this show back in the 70s.
Truth or Consequences?
It's called Truth or Consequences. Bob Barker, that's his first big gig.
Wow.
I know you remember, everybody else remembers him in The Price is Right for all those years. But Bob Barker started on Truth or Consequences. I don't remember how the game worked. I don't remember anything about it, but I did see it from time to time.
Was he still telling us to spay and neuter our pets back then?
Well, I think he started off then. I'd have to go back and find an old YouTube video of the show Truth or Consequences. That's the name of that city, and it's in New Mexico, is it not?
Yes,
I believe. Yes. All right. Well, let's get going. Here's the Reds thing. 9-3. They're ahead of the Padres today. It wasn't a great day for Nick Pivetta. 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 runs. I said the other day when J.P. Sears pitched like that, I said, that's not good for J.P. Sears. And when Marco Gonzalez pitched like that, I said, that's not great for Marco Gonzalez. Nick Pivetta pitches like that. Doesn't mean a hill of beans. It just doesn't. You can read into this any way you want to. It does not mean a thing. Nick Pivetta is the ace of the staff. And if he went out there today and maybe he said, I'm just going to work on my slider. Maybe I'm going to work on my, fastball, maybe whatever it might be. Nick Pivetta is preparing for the season differently than J.P. Sears is. Nick Pivetta is getting ready to pitch opening day. J.P. Sears needs to get guys out now. So it's just a difference. And so I'm not going to even read a thing into Nick Pivetta. Wandy Peralta was perfect today. David Morgan was really good. Your guy, though, Miguel Mendez, not so good today. 4 innings or 4 runs.
Oh, no. That means he's given up at least 6.
The ERA is at 27 for Mr. Mendez.
Am I his kiss of death?
You're not. The kiss of death is when everybody says he's the next great prospect. I mean, every time they say this, and you all buy into it out there.
I definitely do.
You do, and I think most of our listeners, it's like, and I can't say how it's going to turn out, but, Leo DeVries, in your minds, Leo Dallas DeVries is the next, Derek Jeter? Better than Derek Jeter. Hits for more power, has more speed. Yeah, Leo Dallas DeVries is going to be the next this, the next that. Let him just
be the next Bobby Witt Jr.
Just let him be Leo DeVries. And in the meantime, we'll take, free Mason Miller saving games.
Yeah.
Because we're getting our second year of Mason Miller. The A's are still getting nothing from DeVries.
I said this the other day, and I even brought back an at-bat during that Cubs Game 3 where he came in, I think it was like the 6th inning, and he threw a 104.5 mile-an-hour fastball at the corner to strike out Carson Kelly. It was amazing.
It's not to put down Leo DeVries. I hope he ends up being great, and I hope Mason Miller keeps being great for the Padres. Hopefully it'll work out for both teams, but, guys are always rated better than they can be. Even Connor Griffin, this kid from the Pirates, who's being, touted as the next greatest thing.
I mean, Harold Reynolds said, I know when I see the next
he's in the Hall of Fame. I know. Just put him in the Hall of Fame. He had 2 home runs in a spring training game. That's nice. But let's wait till he plays maybe 3 or 4 years before we determine.
I don't want to do that.
Well, you don't, and nobody else does either. So Miguel Mendez is the next great Padre find. He still very well may be.
Exactly.
But the bottom line is he got a 27 ERA right now in spring training.
That's not going to do it, though.
He gave up 4 runs today, didn't even get out of an inning. So look, prospects are exactly that. And some prospects become great, right? If we would have sat here 5 years ago and said, oh, man, this kid for Detroit, Skubal, gave up 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning. I don't know if he's going to be all he's cracked up to be. Well, guess what? He is. He's absolutely everything he's been cracked up to be. And maybe Miguel Mendez will be one day. Just not today. Manny Machado did hit a 2-run homer, his first of the spring today. That's always a good sign. And Padres had another home run today, but I will tell you, I don't know a whole lot about Rodolfo Duran.
Yes.
He's maybe the 4th string catcher right now, I'd say, 3rd or 4th string. But he did homer today as well.
He's got 2 hits today.
Yeah, well, put him in the Hall of Fame then.
I'm ready.
Johnny Bench, Rodolfo Duran.
Yes.
Similar.
Yes.
So anyway, there you go. 9-3 Reds. They're in the 6th inning. I'm just happy to be here today, Skrabe.
Whoa.
After my
that was dramatic.
I know. It wasn't that dramatic, but last night was not a clean travel night for us, the basketball team coming back from Idaho.
You're getting full attention, Chris.
And we the ball game was over at maybe 8:30 there in Boise, Idaho, and we had a 9:30 flight. And my first thought was, what if this game goes to overtime? Like, we're not going to make it,
But I believe this time it was chartered.
It turned out to be a charter flight, so that means the flight obviously can leave whenever we get there.
Yeah.
So the team gets a couple of charter flights per year, and they chose this to be one because Stacey Terry Hudson wanted the kids back and able to go to school today, et cetera, et cetera. So we go out. Well, first of all, they won the game.
Yeah.
And congrats to them, because with that win, they got the outright Mountain West title now. They're 4 games ahead with 2 to play. So they've clinched it all.
Did I read they hit 10 threes in the fourth quarter or second half?
In the second half, yeah. They started lighting it up, and they needed them because they were 0 for 9, I think, to start the game. And then they just couldn't miss in the second half. So, yeah, those kids have just given such a great year, and I hope it turns out, for them in the tournament next month in Vegas. But for now, they're solo Mountain West champs, and they deserve the flowers they're starting to get around town. But so anyway, we get on the charter. Reason I told her to do one is because when they win, we get ice cream.
What?
And
okay.
I guess because I'm included. And
where do they get this ice cream?
We went to you ever been to Freddy's custard type thing?
I've seen
place?
It, but I don't.
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So you all just pile into Freddy's?
Everybody piles into Freddy's
at 9
o'clock. There's like 2 guys working in there.
They're so annoyed.
They're ready to go home, and all of a sudden, 25 people come charging in there.
Can I tell you, when I worked at the bank, anybody who walked in with less than 3 minutes to go, I was going
get out. Yes, get out of here. And the guy who walked in at the end was doing his entire 6-month inventory and business plan when he came up to the window.
30 people just ruined his inventory.
Right. So, we went into Freddy's there. We had a feast. And because this team is 9-1 on the road this year, Skraby, I think I've gained back some of my SD fat loss because we eat ice cream now after every game. But that's neither here nor there. We get on the charter to fly back to San Diego. But we don't leave till 9:15, maybe, something like that.
Wow, that's
maybe 9. I don't know exactly.
You're early.
I don't know exactly. But we're probably going to land in San Diego around 11:15 last night, maybe 11:30. And we're going along, and things are, we're riding there and the whole thing. And they get the old announcement from the pilot halfway through. Yeah. Looks like it's a little foggy in San Diego. Probably not going to be able to land down there tonight. We're trying to look at other options right now. We'll keep you posted.
Oh, no.
And so then he went away, and then he came back in a little while. And I think they finally determined that they could not land in San Diego last night. So we went to Ontario. Of course, my first thought on that was Ontario, California, right?
Oh, yeah. They're just sending you guys to Canada.
We're not going to Canada. So, yes, we went to Ontario, Canada. We land there at about 11:15 because it's too foggy in San Diego. I immediately call Lori. I go, hey, we're running, it's going to be a long night. We're in Ontario. She goes, what happened? I go, well, evidently it's foggy in San Diego. Lori gets on the phone because that's what Lori does. calls down to the airport to find out the fog conditions at the airport, comes back and reports to me, apparently there's no fog at the airport.
Wait, what?
And I'm like, apparently there is, because they couldn't land there. And I can't believe that the SkyWest company that handled the charter flight would, just for the hell of it, decide, yeah, we're not going to go to San Diego. We're going to just stop here in Ontario. But you pointed out to me, as I was telling you this, that there is a curfew for planes landing in San Diego.
I have an update on this.
All right, so give me the update, because the question is, was there anything nefarious going on here? Did the charter company think they might get a fine for landing too late?
Here's what
and as a result, just went to Ontario and lied to us about the fog. Is that possible, Skraby? You know, you're the conspiracy guy. This could be right up your alley.
Is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. I mean,
you think a company would honestly lie to all of us and just land in Ontario?
Are you kidding?
I don't know. I would hope they would never do something like that.
Well, here it is. I'm finding there's definitely fines if you depart between or after 11:30 to 6:30. So you cannot depart unless
but you
want
can
to pay
land
a fine.
whenever you want to. I'm pretty sure. I've come into that airport
I'm seeing
in the middle of the night.
Yes, I'm seeing two different things, but it does seem like arrivals is not they don't charge for arrivals.
Okay,
so that would
right. So there's no
theory.
Right. There's no reason that they shouldn't have come to San Diego, other than the fact there was fog, which my wife, the weather person, said there wasn't. Anyway, we went to Ontario, and you know what that means.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The Padres just did something big.
Oh.
No, keep going. Because how did Lori find out it was foggy at the airport?
I don't know. She calls whoever she knows down there, and they
calls
tell
the
her,
air traffic controller.
Yeah, I don't know what she does. She's got connections everywhere.
Yeah, Clay is telling us he used to work at Lindbergh. There's no fines for landing.
Okay, so then that can't possibly be.
But you cannot land in fog.
Right. There's no question. If it's fog, you can't land there. But, so anyway, we went to Ontario. Now, once you get to Ontario, you're left with two choices. Because your bus to take you back to school is waiting for you at Lindbergh Field. The bus doesn't know you're going to go to Ontario.
That's an issue.
The bus is in San Diego. So you can't really call the bus company because you're in the plane. Anyway, you finally call the bus company. They tell you, it's going to be like 2 hours for us to drive up there and get you.
Well, yeah.
And bring you back.
Well, yeah.
I got to commend Stacey Terry Hudson. She took matters into her own hands.
Just a bunch of Waymos?
No, not way. Yeah, we were driving in cars without drivers all the way back to San Diego. No, they went to some rental place, found like 3 vans, and we jumped in and we drove back. So we got home about 2 a.m., which wasn't too bad considering the circumstances.
Whose van were you in? I'm always very curious about
I was in the... I don't know. Stacy, what do you mean? Whose van?
Were you in the coach van? Were you in the player van?
The coaches were spread out because each van was driven by a coach.
Oh, okay.
Right? You're not going to let Naomi Panganiban drive the bus back to San Diego.
That's true.
You can't let Nala Williams drive the bus. I'm out of school here. Nala Williams doesn't have a driver's license. She's 20 years old.
Hey, there's a lot of people that don't.
I know kids are like that these days, so I'm not picking on her. Yeah, so the coaches drove the vans. I was in there with one. But, it was okay. We're back. So
you are back, but that is quite.
It was a typical night. It was a little different than the time. Oh wow, Padres just scored 6 runs.
I was going to tell you
that's why talking.
That's why I gasped.
Wait a minute, Manny just hit a grand slam.
Yeah, that's why I gasped.
Wow, that's worth gasping for.
I know, it shocked me.
Next time Manny hits a grand slam, shut me up immediately.
No, we were in the middle of a conversation, but Manny, yes, it's 9-9 now.
Yeah, Manny just hit a grand slam, his second home run of the game. So that also means Tony will be more delayed, but. We'll keep you up to date. Just real quick, one time I was filling in on a men's game. We played in Chicago, fly back, same thing, except it wasn't a charter. It was a commercial flight. And same thing, fog, can't land in San Diego. Saturday night, we get to Ontario. Actually, this time we're at the airport. Dutcher was an assistant at this time. And Dutcher and everybody else is like, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to get same thing. Can we get the bus to come up and get us? Are we going to rent cars? Are we going to just get a hotel and stay? So there was this big time
That stresses me out.
Situation where there was a little uncertainty as to what we were going to do.
It really stresses me out.
We ended up getting a hotel and staying over, and then the bus came up, and we went home the next morning. That is everybody but Steve Fisher.
What did he do?
Steve Fisher got to Ontario, said, "You guys figure it out," went and rented his own car and drove immediately back to San Diego.
Hey, when you're Steve Fisher, you can do that.
Steve Fisher wasn't waiting around, and I don't believe anybody went with him. He's like, "No, I'm going. You guys figure the rest of it out."
That's great.
Coach
I
Fisher,
would love to be Steve Fisher
in that situation. Yeah, Stacey Terry Hudson did not abandon her team last night.
That's nice.
She came home with all of us. All right, we'll take a break. We're underway. Speaking of basketball, big win last night for Aztecs men. Talk about that a little bit. Get into the latest Padre news. There isn't a whole lot of it. Gave you the stuff, Pivetta didn't pitch well, and Manny's hitting the cover off the ball. That's pretty much all you need to know as Gwynn and Chris gets underway.
Gambling problem? Call.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me. Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down.
Another one coming. Manny hits it in the air to deep left field. Friedel is back to watch, and this one gonna go. Manny takes the San Diego kid out to the bullpen in left center.
It's gonna go. I like.
It was a no-doubter.
You know what? I almost think that I like Jesse's call in the spring almost better than the regular season.
That it's going to go tells me, if I'm not watching, that it was a no-doubter.
Like, but
Smashed.
I know, but it was like, it's gonna go.
Should we play it again? Here we go.
Yeah, listen to the call because this is gonna go. Apparently.
Another one coming. Manny hits it in the air to deep left field. Friedel is back to watch, and this one gonna go.
I love it.
I do too.
I hit that one off of young left-hander for the Reds, Nicholas Sando. He's from Laguna Woods, California. I don't know exactly. Is that local? Because Jesse made it sound local. The other home run he hit off Garrett Kraft, who's one of the legit guys. No, I'm sorry, Graham. Yeah, I think there's a Garrett up there in the big leagues too. But Graham Ashcraft, grand slam, man. He just hit off him. So that's what you get, man. He's the fourth best third baseman in baseball, according to Buster Olney's rankings. Today's the best third baseman in baseball. He's got a 2-run homer and a grand slam. The Padres have caught the Reds 9-9. Still in the 6th inning. If you guys want to get that game over with anytime soon so Tony can join the show, feel free. By the way, Jackson Merrill got rated the 5th best center fielder today.
Yep.
Fernando was rated the 4th best corner outfielder.
Okay.
You know, we have some good players on this team.
Yeah,
we just do. I will tell you, though, one of the guys, and I'm putting a lot into Buster Olney's ratings, A, because I like Buster. B, I think he does a legit job on it. You know, I think he really puts his heart into it. And I think he goes through, everything. And so I think it's a legit ranking on his part. Xander Bogaerts, when they rank the shortstops, is not only not in the top 10, he's not even among the 8 best of the rest.
Does that surprise you? Oh, I guess that means there's 18 better shortstops at least than him.
Where does he rank in money among shortstops?
Number 1, easy.
Okay, that's my point.
Easy.
And I know there's nothing you can do at this point about the contract. People complain about Xander's contract. He has to play well enough this year to at least be considered a best of the rest shortstop.
That is setting the bar low.
That's setting it low, right?
I don't have any problems with you saying this.
Yeah, I'm not even asking him to be top 10. But if you're the highest paid shortstop in baseball, or darn close to it if he's not, you got to be giving me something here.
Yeah, that is
that's an indictment. I hate to tell you, on that contract is all it is. And I know we've stuck up for it as much as we can, but you can't stick up for it a whole lot longer with Xander. And I know we try to say, well, last year he was a little better, and he was. But, here's the list of shortstops. Bobby Witt 1, Geraldo Perdomo 2 after his great year, Gunnar Henderson. I mean, stop me when I get to a guy you think Xander's better than.
Okay.
Francisco Lindor 4, Corey Seager 5, Trey Turner 6, Jeremy Pena, the Astros 7, Mookie Betts 8.
No.
You think Xander's better than him?
No. Mookie pull it together by the end of the year.
Ellie De La Cruz 9th.
No, I love him.
He's 9th. Willie Adames, he did fade some last year.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. He ended up with 30 home runs. Dansby Swanson, Jacob Wilson, Zach Neto of the Angels, Trevor Story, Andres Jimenez of the Blue Jays, Mason Wynn of the Cardinals, Colson Montgomery of the White Sox. You don't even know who some of these guys are. And then finally, C.J. Abrams. All of them are rated ahead of Xander. And let me tell you something, Buster Olney, it's not like he forgot about Xander. He knows what he's doing on this ranking. It'll be interesting, next time we have him on, I'm sure we'll grab him soon and ask him about it. But Xander Bogaerts has got to be at least best of the rest material this year.
Here's where I'll tell you.
He just does have to be.
If he can be as good as he was in June and July of last year, then he will definitely reclaim some of those spots because he was hitting average between those 2 months, like 292, 785 OPS.
Yeah.
That's what we need out of him. In April, March, 243, May, 239, August, 241. Like he needs to have that 2 months that he had last year. He needs to make it at least a full season. Or, that's asking for a lot for him to have a 290 batting average.
I'm not trying to pick on this guy, but and I think I can pick on him a little because I've stood up for him so much. Right.
Okay.
But we can't say he's hurt anymore. Remember, the wrist thing was a thing for a while.
I honestly think that's just going to be something he deals with.
Yeah, it's just, is it Petco Park? What is it? Because Xander Bogaerts, maybe he's just never going to come back to being Xander Bogaerts. The Xander Bogaerts that played at Fenway Park and played for the Red Sox does not play for the Padres.
No.
Just doesn't. I'm not, that's just facts. That's not even opinion.
He still ended up with a 2 WAR last year.
Yeah. All right. Is that good? 2 for a starting shortstop?
No.
It's not that good.
It's at least a positive WAR.
It's positive,
right?
He
has an OPS plus of 99, which
means he's less than
under
average.
The average player.
I don't know. When Buster Olney can't get you in the top 18 rankings, I get a little worried.
Okay, well, what if he stole 20 bases last year? What if he steals 25 and he hits 270?
Well, I don't know.
What if 800?
What if? I'm just saying, the Padres to be successful, Xander Bogaerts got to be at least the best of the rest shortstop.
I agree with that.
I'm not even gonna make him get in the top 10. Like, I'm not gonna make him get ahead of Ellie De La Cruz, who's ninth.
Who's at 13th?
There's no 13th.
Well, yeah, but the best of the
10,
rest.
And then the best of the rest are Dansby, Jacob Wilson, Zach Neto, Trevor Story, Andres Jimenez, Mason Wynn, Colson Montgomery, C.J. Abrams.
Could you
He's
argue
got to
that,
at least get in that mix?
I don't.
Please.
I'm not familiar enough with Trevor Story's year last year, but couldn't you argue that Trevor Story and Xander Bogaerts are kind of the same player?
Story had 26 homers last year, his best season with Boston. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Andres Jimenez.
I was trying to find a way to get Xander in the top 15.
I guess you could find somebody who would rate him in the top 15, but Buster Olney's not one of them.
I don't think it's unfair.
I don't want it to be a question mark. I want to be like, at the end of the year, I want to be able to say, is Xander Bogaerts top 10? And I'm going to say, he's close, but he's at least best of the rest.
I mean,
and right now he's not even that.
Honestly, when we first learned Xander Bogaerts was going to be a Padre, the contract stood out to everyone in the baseball world as, what? You signed him to that much money?
And let's keep in mind that he is not to be blamed for that.
No, he was offered that.
He was offered that. If you were offered it, you'd sign it too.
I would.
But I know that a lot of the anger from the Padre fans is directed at one Xander Bogaerts.
I mean, he is the one who has to live up to it.
He hasn't.
No.
Sorry to say. All right, we were going to talk about the Aztecs, but there's plenty of time to get to them. Suffice to say, that was a nice win last night. We'll get into some of the changes that it looked like Brian Dutcher made, which he just had to do. And the team responded. Now there's still, some games left here, including at New Mexico and at Boise. So they got 2 tough ones, but they did get a big win last night. We'll talk about that as the show goes on. You soccer fans, hey, we talk soccer on this show. Who else told you about that Norwegian team the other day?
Oh, I don't know.
Gunnar Bolt, was it, or something like that?
I don't remember.
I don't either, but the team that beat Inter Milan. We love soccer on this show. Evan Weston from MLS on Apple TV ahead of the SDFC's next match. That's coming up as well. Jerry Palm on bracket busting later on. Gwynn and Chris keeps rolling.
Ben and Wood.
This is the time, Chris. Hello, Matt, Skraby, Bill House Studios. We know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. working on a Padre Reds game that is still in the 6th inning. Come on. Reds 10, Padres 9. But Manny Machado, 2-run homer and a grand slam today for Manny. Remember to listen around 5:30. Later today, we'll announce today's biggest fan. If it was to announce Manny's biggest fan, you could just give it to me.
Oh, yeah?
I'm his biggest fan. You know that.
The Padres Twitter account begs to differ.
They're his biggest fan?
They said that in their last tweet. Everybody go look at the Grand Slam tweet, because Chris's competition for biggest fan.
Biggest fan of Manny Machado?
Yes,
they don't call him Manny Machado, though.
No.
Because they know he's Machado. Today's biggest fan, you'll have a chance to qualify for a night in the Odyssey Suite at a Padre game this season. We'll all be there. Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine will be there. They are going to cater it. And if you want to win and go with 20 of your friends, make sure you register your name, 973thefantasy.com/biggest fan. But we will call a winner today a little after 5:30. I want to congratulate Skraby before we go to our soccer interview with Evan Weston. Talk about SDFC's second fixture of the season. That's right, Skraby. I know my soccer terminology.
Yes.
This is not a match. This is not a game. This is a fixture. It's coming up on Sunday night against St. Louis. But we'll have that visit shortly. But I want to congratulate you, Skraby.
Me?
You managed to find something to put on the TV that I hate even more than the stupid golf league. How did you do it? The golf league is my least favorite thing on television, but you found something I like even less than that.
Yes.
Tell everybody what you put on one of our 2 screens here in the studio.
I'm watching defensive linemen run the 40 in the combine.
The combine.
I love the combine. Although I haven't loved it. If I weren't sitting here and that was available, I wouldn't be watching,
The combine. There are honestly people that, have their bag of popcorn and their beverage of their choice. They got the feet up. They're on the couch. And they're locked in.
They are locked in.
To the stupid combine. If you're one of those people.
Oh, what a great run by Mason Thomas.
Put him in the 4th round with Jacksonville.
Man, 4.74 in a second attempt.
Jacksonville needs a guy like that, according to, I'd honestly rather watch Mel Kiper make breakfast than watch the combine. But I want to thank you for putting it on, Skraby.
This is good fantasy football studying, Chris.
Oh, really? You're going to make some notes on this stuff?
Maybe not the defensive lineman, but
I mean, let's be honest. The fastest guy in the history of the combine was the guy from the Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
a couple of years ago.
No,
What's his name?
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy. Where would you draft him in your fantasy? You wouldn't even draft him.
I think I drafted him last year.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. What does the combine tell you other than Xavier Worthy is fast? He is not even in the top 100 receivers in the NFL. And he's playing with Patrick Mahomes.
Top 100 is...
All right, maybe top 30. You're right. He had a moment or two, but you know what I'm getting
He also
at.
got hurt in the first game of the year, didn't he?
I don't know. Evan Weston, play-by-play, MLS, Apple TV. Call this guy. He's coming on the show. Jerry Palm breaking down the brackets for us a little bit later. I imagine the Aztecs men moved up in the minds of the bracketologists with that win last night. We'll talk more about that in the 3:00 hour. And as mentioned, Padres, big news today. Manny swinging the, as Mark Grant would say, Manny swinging quite the shillelagh today with a 2-run homer and a grand slam. Why this game is still in the 6th inning, I'll never know, but please get it done. Oh, no, they've moved on to the 7th, Skrabe. We might get to see Tony after all. All right, right now, though, we're going to see my friend Evan Weston, play-by-play broadcaster, MLS, Apple TV. Evan, how are you today? Thanks for joining us here in SDFC country.
Doing well, guys. Excited to be out there in San Diego this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you Sunday. We got the fixture. I call it a fixture because that's what they want me to. St. Louis City SC's coming in. I believe that was a draw, a scoreless draw last year. I remember them playing really early in the year here. But enough about that. 5-0 SDFC opens the season over Montreal. That is, at least in my mind, is an announcement that SDFC plans on being very good again. Do you take it kind of the same?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say at this point. You don't want to read into week one too often in any sport.
Right.
And Montreal is expected to be near the bottom of the standings. They did get a red card early in the second half. That said, it wasn't really much of a contest even before the red card. San Diego FC is a very, very good team. Are they a tippy-top MLS Cup contender? That's yet to be determined. I think it's certainly possible.
Sure.
They did finish top of the West last season. But yes, they should expect to win most weeks. They are a team with an extremely solid, consistent identity. They play the same way every week, home or road, doesn't matter the opponent. They play an extremely exciting, attractive style. I cannot imagine things going better for an expansion team, especially an expansion team outside of your, gigantic market or NFL owner type of paradigm. How wonderfully this has all come together so fast is really remarkable. And I think San Diego fans should be extremely excited about the team that they have now and going forward.
Yeah, and we are. I mean, I think the San Diego fans have been there. I know there's a big crowd for the opener. I think they'll be right back out there again. I'm going to definitely ask you about Tyler Heaps because he's doing a great job putting this whole package together. But before I get to him, Evan, you talked about their style. It's exciting. It's been successful. People kind of want to see it. They attack, and they don't mind every now and again if they give up a chance going the other way. Are more teams looking at, not maybe SDFC, but just looking at that style and saying, hey, this is what we would like to do as well? Or are teams still slow to come around to, kind of pushing the envelope the way SDFC does?
Well, to play the way SDFC plays, you have to have the players to do it, right? All of your defenders need to be able to be comfortable on the ball in very tight situations. If you watch San Diego, you'll see teams try to blitz them and throw numbers forward at their back line, trying to force them to go long, and they just won't do it because they're told, we are going to play our way no matter what. And they have the players. You take a kid like Manu Dua, right? Top pick in the draft. That sounds great to, an American sports fan. Our draft is not really like a primary player mechanism. You maybe get 3 to 5 kids out of the college draft each year that hit. Manu Dua has hit to a degree that was unfathomable. And the reason is because they put him in a position to succeed. What does he do well? Okay, he's really calm on the ball and he's huge. Let's make him a ball-playing center back. And he has thrived in that role. I asked Mikey Veras last year when I did a San Diego game, who's somebody we're not talking about? He said, Chris McVeigh. So much of what we do is run through him. What is he? Ball-playing center back. You get all these young American kids who are good on the ball. They play in this structure. It's really, really well done from the top down. To be this good this quickly, there has to be an alignment from Tyler Heaps, you mentioned, to Mikey Veras, to the academy staff, to the assistant coaches, to the scouts. Everybody's pulling the same way. And that's why this works so well. Interestingly, the trend in world soccer is actually going the opposite way from what San Diego are doing. If you watch the Premier League this year, open play chances and open play goals are way down. Teams are trying to get bigger and are relying on corner kicks, free kicks, and long throw-ins to score goals. The theory being that it is much easier to swing the ball into the meat wad and get lucky than it is to actually create a goal. So I really admire San Diego for sticking to their principles and playing the way they play. It's also why I always tell people to watch MLS, because no one in MLS is doing that. Everybody wants to get on the ball. It's all out attack all the time. And to me, it's just a lot more fun, sort of like college football versus the NFL, right? It maybe the technical quality isn't quite as extreme, but it's just a lot more fun to get into and invest in. And that's why I really enjoy it. And San Diego is maybe number one in terms of committing to an attractive style that brings fans in and makes people excited.
Very well explained, Evan. I mean, really, I got a good understanding of, why we like watching our team. I appreciate you doing that.
We're talking to play-by-play announcer for MLS on Apple TV, Evan Weston, and he is brought to you by the SDCCU Fan Hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. I have 2 questions. Number 1, what is a meat wad so I can use it in the future?
That was well done, Evan. I got to tell you. I liked it. Yeah.
Is it meat wad or meat log?
Well, I'm using the term silly, in a silly way. Just when you watch a corner kick or a free kick and you've got 18 guys wrestling each other in the 6-yard box. That is the meat wad.
The massive humanity.
I love it.
On any other play, when the ball's in play, if you breathe on a guy, it's a foul. But in the penalty area, you're allowed to mug them and pull them to the ground, and there's no consequence.
That is
there
interesting.
Should be.
Yeah.
It's in the rules that there should be, and in fact, it is a point of emphasis this year for the referees that they are trying to really watch out for that, for teams trying to get unfair advantages on corner kicks, to make sure that they're not, both defenders and attackers, to make sure that they're not being overtly physical, because, you're not wearing pads and helmets. That's not the point of this, right? So there is an emphasis on that. But that has been a way for a lot of teams in the highest levels of soccer that they have leaned into that as their primary method of scoring goals. And San Diego, while they're very good on corners, it is not their game model, right?
Yeah.
They want to have the ball. They want to create with the ball.
When Joe Buck on Monday Night Football says that they hand off to Derrick Henry and he just ran into the meat wad, you know that
Derrick Henry runs through the meat wad.
That is true.
Does.
He definitely
but when
does.
Joe Buck says that, Evan, we're going to know that you have arrived on the scene, man.
Yes. My actual question, Evan, is the SDFC just extended Tyler Heaps, their sporting director, and you were talking about how they've built their team and how it's a little bit different than what the trend is going on around the world. What role, obviously a lot, but what do you know about Tyler Heaps and the way that he has put this team together and his fingerprint on it?
Yeah, the number one thing is that he has gotten the entire organization to buy into the way he wants to play. And in soccer, it is so important that everybody is aligned in terms of the model you want to play and that you have players that fit that and fit with each other. In basketball, for instance, if you have Nikola Jokic, you're going to build your entire team around Nikola Jokic, and he can just drag you to success at a certain point, right? Baseball, more of an individual sport. You're trying to buy wins and buy talent rather than maybe put a team together. In soccer, you can have individually great players, but if they don't fit together and you're not all pulling the same way, it's going to look bad. Look at Atlanta United. I don't mean to pick on them, but they're a team that spent over $50 million on 3 players over 2024 and 25, and they finished second to last season because they didn't fit. They wanted to occupy similar spaces. The coach wasn't in line with how to best use the players, and they're still trying to get out from under this. San Diego found a nucleus in Anders Dreyer, who was undervalued because of where he was playing, and fit perfectly into what they wanted to do, and surrounded him with guys that would supplement his talents and build the right system. And I think Tyler Heaps gets an enormous amount of credit, not only for having a good idea, but then implementing that idea so comprehensively and bringing in a coach in Mikey Veras that understands it and agrees with it and embodies it and is so good at developing young players and then getting those young players to buy in and play along with that model. And it's got to be a fun style to play. You see them play all those long sequences of nifty short passes. They sucker teams up the field and then bam, off to the races. It's a beautiful style. I love watching it.
Evan Weston, he's got the match on Sunday night. Hope you'll go out and see these guys, this SDFC. If you missed it last year, don't get left behind this time around, man. Looks like it's going to be another great season. 6:15 is the match on Sunday night at Snapdragon Stadium. Just give us a little Reader's Digest preview of this match, what you're looking for. We talk about SDFC's style. If I recall St. Louis City last year, they were kind of the opposite. They wanted to slow things down a little bit. Is that what we're looking at again Sunday? Kind of a clash of styles?
Interestingly, no.
Okay.
St. Louis City went through a complete full house clean out And what's funny about that is, so they came into the league in 2023, 2 years before San Diego, and had a similarly amazing expansion season. They finished at the top of the West. They had a great year. They were playing very much the opposite, right? Against the ball, counter, that sort of style. And it turned out to be a lot less sustainable than the style that San Diego plays. Now, again, we're still very early in San Diego's second season, but the early returns are absolutely tremendous. And St. Louis has essentially blown it up. So they're on a new head coach. They have a new sporting director, Corey Ray, who they hired from Montreal. The coach comes up under the Wilfred Nancy school. Remember his Columbus team that won MLS Cup. Not the same formation, not exactly the same style that San Diego plays, but very much ball dominant. They want to control the ball. They want to get a lot wider than San Diego does, which I think is something that's really interesting. I'm really curious to hear my analyst Sasha Kleston's take on that style mixture. I'm really fascinated to see how committed to that they can be on the road against a team that does what they do, but probably better and has been doing it a lot longer, right? Are they going to be patient enough to wait out San Diego, or are they going to get aggressive, trying to put their own stamp on the game and give San Diego openings? San Diego is the more talented team. They'll have the best player on the field in Anders Dreyer. They should be favored in this game. But MLS is a funny league, and if you get into a game in Germany and it's Bayern Munich against the team in 10th place, Bayern Munich's going to win 99 times out of 100. That is not the case in MLS. It is a league with a lot more parity enforced by the salary cap and by the just total variety of tactical ideas and different talents and diversity around the league. So St. Louis is a bit of a mystery box right now. They looked good in their opener. They got a draw at home. It was a game they probably should have won. They ran into a good goalkeeper, but they're probably a better and different team than we saw last year. That said, San Diego should go into this thinking that they should handle business. They are so good at home, and the way that they play it could be a problem for St. Louis if they get out over their skis.
6:15 Sunday night out at Snapdragon. Evan Weston, if you don't make it to the match, you can listen to his call on Apple TV. That's where I'll be watching the match most likely.
And no paywall.
That's right. No paywall this year. We talked about that, man. We're going to get right to the match.
Or double paywall, I should say. You need your Apple TV.
You do have to have Apple
account,
TV, but I think everybody's got Apple TV now.
Everybody's got Apple TV.
That's
guys.
right. And if they don't, they're gonna
TV.
buy it between now and then to watch SDFC. Evan, great stuff. If they fire one into the meatwad Sunday night, you're going to think of us, and we appreciate it. So
I may use the term in the broadcast now.
Please
awesome.
do.
All right, man. Thank you. That was great. Appreciate your time, Evan.
Appreciate you guys.
Great stuff. Evan Weston from MLS on Apple TV. I say it every time one of these guys comes on with us, but I love it every time they come on with us.
Yeah. And there's like a never-ending stable of great
They're so
analysts
fun,
and
they're all so good at it. Yeah, so SDFC St. Louis City, Sunday, 6:15. And that's the last home match. Let me just look at this to make sure here. I'm looking at the fixtures. Well,
he did say standings, by the way, so maybe we can use standings instead of table.
No, you got to go table.
Okay.
Got to go table. You got to go fixtures. Actually, SDFC is home on the 11th, but they're playing that Toluca in the CONCACAF
Oh, yes.
Cup.
Yes.
SDFC's next home match in the MLS is not until March 22nd. So get out and see them Sunday night. We are lucky to have this team this quick. Tyler Heaps, Mikey Veras. They've become legends already in our city very quickly.
It's true.
Daily Gambit. See what's happening there. Gwynn and Chris is rolling on.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was going to say it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say. I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something. Most likely. I mean, it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in.
Hey, welcome back. I'm here. Yep. Oh, yeah. Get back here. 3:01 is the time, Crisello. Tony Gwynn Jr., he may be in surprise for like the rest of the week. I mean, that game.
Hard-fought game. 10-10.
10-10.
In the bottom of the eighth.
What happened? Did Bruce Gossett kick a 42-yard field goal to tie it up?
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think
10-10.
he did.
Bruce Gossett, by the way. That's going back, Skraby, but I believe he was the kicker for your 49ers in the early 70s.
Really?
Bruce Gossett.
I did not know that.
I'm sure you didn't.
I remember Doug Bryan. He was the kicker
That's
when I was
about the
growing
90s, yeah, but I think Bruce Gossett goes back a little before that. Gossett either kicked for the 49ers or the Rams. I'm actually having trouble remembering which now. So now I have to look it up. Bruce Gossett, kicker. Yeah, I hope I'm right.
Hold on.
There he is.
Oh, you got it.
49ers. Yep. Look at you got to call him. He actually played for both.
How's his last name spelled?
Gossett. Look at the guy's pork chop sideburns.
Oh, those are sweet. And the way that he okay, so I'm looking at an old like baseball card of him.
Yeah.
And he's got his like leg in the air like he's kicking. That's
what they all do. The old leg. Every kicker, sorry, but if you're watching, every kicker in those days, their card looked like that.
They have their leg in the air, like
they all had to put the leg in the air.
They just kicked the ball.
They all did the leg kick for their card. Well, yeah, I was right. Bruce Gossett played for the 49ers, but also the Rams. So there you go. And I'm sad to say, of all people, he just passed away within the last month, or last year. Sorry, January of 2025.
Like, man,
anyway,
way to bring him up, Chris.
I know. All the best for Bruce Gossett. He was living in Rancho Murrieta, right up the road. Bruce Gossett.
What's the difference between Rancho Murrieta and real Murrieta?
I think it's about the same, honestly. So, we should have mentioned him last year or whatever. He could have heard it.
Just if we would have thought about Bruce Gossett,
should have thought about Bruce Gossett. Why did I mention him now? Oh, because the Padre game is 10-10.
Oh, now it's 11-10 Reds.
Back and forth they go.
They do.
If you just tuned in, Manny has 2 home runs today, including a grand slam. Thanks to Evan Weston. He lit it up for us on the MLS interview ahead of Sunday's San Diego St. Louis City match. So fun talking with him. In this hour, we'll catch up with Jerry Palm from palmbrackets.com. Now, we've had Jerry on for a few years, and I know there are other names of people that you know out there that do the bracketology. I'm not going to mention them. You know why I'm not going to mention them? Because Jerry Palm is more accurate than them. He just is. It's been shown. There's bracket people that look this stuff up. Jerry Palm. You want to know what's going on? After the Aztec beat Utah State last night, did they move up? We'll find out.
I'm going to ask about this Miami of Ohio team.
I know. Are they going to get in if they lose a game?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be just the worst? It
would be.
If they went 30-1 or 32-1 and the NCAA says, nah, don't think so.
That would be the worst.
Let me tell you something. There's people out there who believe that that's the way it should be because, little Miami of Ohio can't compete with Purdue. We'll never know because Purdue would never be willing to play Miami of Ohio.
That should tell you how good Miami of Ohio is.
I don't disagree with that, Skraby.
They're scared.
Scared.
Yes.
Is that just Charles Barkley, or did Charles Barkley get that from elsewhere?
I think I got that from like Ludacris back in the day.
Really? You're going to Ludacris on that one?
Yeah, my friend Crystal. I hope you're listening right now, Crystal. But you used to say, "You scared?"
Crystal was a fan of. I'll tell you, Ludacris, by the way, one of my favorite actors, did an amazing job in the movie Crash.
He did an amazing job in the Fast and Furious movies too, but he was really good in Crash.
He's a good actor, old Ludacris. I don't know that he was, born to be an actor, but he does okay. All right, enough on that.
I was going to say.
Let's get to the gambit, see what's going on.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. First bet we made last night was the Detroit Pistons minus 10.5 against the OKC Thunder. Chris and I both win Detroit. Detroit won. They did not win by enough. 124-116. We lose.
Yes, we did.
Spurs minus 6.5 against the Raptors in Toronto. Chris went Toronto. I went Spurs. Spurs won, but they only won by 3. 110-107. So Chris wins.
You know what they say, Skraby?
What?
Good teams win. Great teams cover.
Yes.
And the Spurs did not do it.
No, they did not. They're not a great team
last night.
DeMar DeRozan, the poor guy who's wasting away in
playing
Sacramento.
out his life first with the Bulls and now even worse with the Kings.
You know, going to the Kings is like being banished to the other kingdom. Like no one cares.
The Kings have won 13 games all year,
and I think they're kind of trying.
They seem to be trying more than teams that are actually ahead of them. Yeah.
Jazz, cough, cough.
Right.
DeMar DeRozan over under 15.5 points. You went over. I went under. He had 15.
Come on.
So I get
that is
one.
Really a tough loss. 15.5. How do they know?
Now, UConn minus 5.5 against St. John's. We both went UConn. UConn had no problem. 72-40 win. That's a lot.
72 what?
To 40.
St. John's, I heard, made their first 2 shots of the second half in that game and then missed 24 in a row.
Really?
I don't think they were all like off-balance jumpers either, like layups, dunks, everything. 24 in a row. Rick Pitino, that's shameful to show up and play a game like that. I don't care who you are.
That's pretty bad.
Lose by how many points? 42 points. And St. John's is ranked 15th in the nation. They ought to be dropped out of the rankings just for that.
I wonder if that will happen.
It won't.
Because they should.
They
won't. Get beat by 32? Come on now. Next one, even worse of a beatdown. Gonzaga minus 26.5 on the spread against Portland. We went Gonzaga. Gonzaga won by 41, 89-48.
Yes, they did not like the fact that Portland beat them the first time.
USD, Oregon State. Oregon State favored by 7.5 points.
This is not fair. If you're a USD bettor last night, USD hits a last-second shot to put the game into overtime. If they miss the shot, you win the bet because you've got 7.5 points. But they make the shot and then lose by 10 in overtime.
Yeah.
And you lose the bet.
I win the bet, but
you
lose
win,
the
I
bet.
lose. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Aztecs basketball minus 1.5 against Utah State. Both of us went Aztecs. Both of us win. They won by 17. Over under total points in that game 146.5. You went over. I went under. It was over at 161. And then finally Winnipeg or Vancouver. I think Vancouver favored in this one.
Winnipeg favored, but it didn't matter. They only won by 1.
Yeah, so they
did not beat the spread.
I lose. Or you picked I picked Vancouver.
You
the
won
whole time
that.
I thought I was losing.
You won that. Yes. Connor Hellebuck, the new Medal of Freedom winner.
Is he the goalie for Winnipeg?
And the USA. He won the got the win, but he didn't win by enough.
Do we know how the hockey players were received in Canada?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I haven't seen much about
Was Hellebuck booed?
I don't know.
Again, he shouldn't be booed, right? All he did was do his best to help the USA win the gold medal, and he won it. Yeah. But he is playing in Canada last night, the team that they beat.
Hey, it's not his fault.
Yeah, right?
Winnipeg wants him.
They might boo.
And the Winnipeg fans,
this was in Vancouver, though.
Oh, yeah, well, they're both in Canada.
He plays for a Canadian team, and he was playing against the Canadian city team. I don't know. We got to look that up. I'm curious. While you're doing that, Skraby's 12-9. I'm 11-10. Coming down to the wire here the last couple of days. Tonight, Purdue 6.5 over Michigan State.
Purdue 6.5 over Michigan State.
This is at Purdue. I don't know what to do here. I'm going to let you go first.
I always go Michigan, or I always bet. I go with them. I bet against them every time. I choose the wrong thing, but I'm going to choose them again. Michigan State.
You're taking Michigan State. This annoys me because Purdue. You're right. Purdue is, half the time they're Purdue-don't, and then half the time they play like gangbusters. Michigan State ranked 13th in the nation, but they get whooped all the time. I don't know what to do here. They're both 22-5. I'm going to take Purdue just to be different. I don't know. Purdue. There'll be a Purdue tonight. UCSD at home tonight. If you want to see a college basketball game, Lions Tree Arena. UCSD 14.5 over the Roadrunners. Cal State Bakersfield. I know you knew that. Well, I'm going to go with the Tritons, even though they've stumbled a little here the second half of the season. Tonight, I feel they'll be in good form.
I choose meet.
You're taking the other guys?
The Roadrunners worth 14.5. Come on.
Goodness.
Meet.
Cal State Bakersfield for you.
Padres game is over.
Really? Final? Reds 11, Padres 10?
Yep.
And that one's going to hurt for a while. Oh, I'm over it. I'm over it. All right, so, start the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr. making the mad dash back to Peoria. Hopefully we'll get him here in the next little while.
You know what we should do? I don't know why I'm all thinking about Waymos today. We need to order Tony a Waymo so he can do the show on the way back.
While he's
I'm sure he would love that.
Could you imagine how scared you would be sitting in the back of a Waymo trying to do a talk? Well, hey, look out! If you don't know what a Waymo is, I think most of us do by now. But if you don't, it's those cars that are driving around with no drivers in them.
Yeah, self-drivers.
Self-driving
cars.
Yeah. San Antonio's won 10 in a row, including last night. Tonight they take the show on the road to Brooklyn. Spurs by 10.5. You're up. Spurs did not cover in Toronto last night. What about tonight in Brooklyn? Back-to-back games,
Yeah, I'm going to go Brooklyn.
Scared teams get.
I'm going to go Brooklyn.
You're going to take Brooklyn.
I know they're bad, though.
I was going to take Brooklyn also, but I won't. I'll take the Spurs. It's hard back-to-back. Speaking of 10 in a row, the Bulls have now lost 10 in a row. They host Portland tonight, 4.5 the Bulls get. I took the Bulls the other night hoping they could stay close against somebody, and they didn't. So I could take Portland. I mean, the Bulls honestly are not only did they give up the season, but they seem to have given up at the games and everything.
They've given up on life.
That might be a little harsh.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm going to go Bulls because you got 10 straight losses. It's going to be broken at some point.
They're like tonight's tonight. Lakers 5.5 at Phoenix.
Oh, man.
Before you do this, Dylan the Villain's out, and Dylan, and what's the other guy? The good shooter for Phoenix. I can picture him right now, but I'm thinking of Dylan the Villain, and that's not who I want to. The big scorer for Phoenix. Why am I asking you? You don't know anything about the NBA.
Well, that's not true, but I know very little.
Hang on. There's somebody out there who's a basketball fan who's going, Chris, you're an idiot, but you guys don't understand, man. You get old, and these names don't pop out into your mind as quickly. Devin Booker, not playing.
Okay.
Before you pick this. So they got no Devin Booker. They got no Dylan Brooks.
LeBron's not playing. No, I guess he played 2 days ago.
I think he's playing.
I'm going Lakers.
Lakers on the road. The Lakers are really tough to figure. I'll take the Lakers too. By the way, did you ask Tony about the Luka LeBron?
I did.
You did. Tell me in a minute. Me in a minute. I want to hear what his comeback was to that.
Dennis Lin just published an article updating us on who has bid on the Padres, and a very famous NFL player,
a new name has arisen,
has bid on the Padres.
All right. Well, we'll get to that in the next segment. Let's finish this up. DeAndre Ayton, former Sun, 10.5 points over under tonight for the Lakers. I just don't like DeAndre Ayton, so I'll say under. It's a lazy bum.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry. You are what you are. He's the number 1 overall pick. He's never applied himself.
He's a lazy.
He can score 10.5 points without even, trying, and he doesn't try. I mean, the Lakers got him because no one else wanted this guy.
I'm going to go over.
Okay, after I criticize him. Luka -3 or Ant-Man. Ant-Man's playing the Clippers tonight. Tough one. You got Luka in the Phoenix game or Ant-Man in the Clipper game?
Is Luka scared to take shots now?
I don't think so.
I'm going to go Luka.
I'm going to say that Luka did not take that shot the other night because LeBron was begging for the ball.
By the way, we have to talk about that.
I know we do because Tony, I'm sure, had a response to it. One women's game tonight, UConn 38.5 over Georgetown. I want to ask you this, and you think about it out there. If you were part of the UConn basketball team, whether you were the coach, you're a player, you're a broadcaster, or you're just a fan of the team, at what point does winning by 35 points every single game simply just become boring? Or does it ever become boring to win every game by 35 points? I mean, the margin of UConn's victories, they had 20, what was it? Something like 20 games in a row this year that they won by 25 or more points. Their last game, they won by 43. They won by 50 over Creighton. They beat Butler by 32. They beat DePaul by 46. You get my point. When does that cease to be fun? Or does it? Maybe you just love it. I don't know.
I don't think it could not be fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly think I would get to a point where I'd want to be at least challenged a little bit.
I don't think they care. It cashes their checks and they win.
Oh, you mean the kids on the team?
Yeah.
First meeting, by the way, UConn at Georgetown. UConn won by 41. Play again tonight. I'll take Georgetown.
I'll go UConn.
I don't know. If I was calling those games, I would get to I mean, you can't even hardly congratulate Gino Auriemma after he wins one of these games.
Why?
Because it's so guaranteed that he's going to. Like, what?
You're picking a weird fight again.
Am I?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I am.
I don't think anybody cares.
Oh,
well, I can't say nobody cares.
I'm asking.
That was too strong.
Yeah, that was too strong. I'm asking in a general sense. I'm not asking it for UConn. I'm asking in a general sense. If you got a team that you follow, do you ever get to where, goodness, we won by 45 every game?
No.
I think you do.
I don't think you do. You just love that you're just beating up on every team.
I don't know. I find no satisfaction in winning by that much.
You're weird.
I can't be the only one. All right, when we come back,
tell us.
When we come back, Skraby says there's a new owner potentially.
Bitter.
Yeah, right. New bidder to own the Padres. It's a famous football name. Let's find out who that is when we come back. Also, I can't wait to hear what Tony told you about the Luka LeBron conscrabacy.
From
Thursday. Gwynn and Chris. Gwynn just witnessed a classic spring training game.
Do you think it's going to be an instant classic on MLB Network tonight?
They show it tonight, yeah. 11-10 Reds win over the Padres. Manny hit a 2-run homer and a grand slam. Hopefully we'll see Tony with us here soon, but he does have to make it back through traffic to return to his Peoria Palace. Skraby's got a couple of little notes here. One is, I've been waiting to hear what Tony's response was to the conspiracy theory that it was LeBron James begging for the ball that caused Luka Doncic to misplay the final shot the other night in the Laker loss to Orlando. So I'll hear that in a minute. But first, he's going to tell us the news that there is a new name, apparently, in the running to buy the Padres.
Yes.
And that name is a name I think most of you are going to like a lot.
Yeah, so let me just start it with the bids were due yesterday.
Okay.
So now
the actual bids.
Bids were due yesterday, according to this article from Dennis Lin and Ken Rosenthal, our guy.
Well, if Ken Rosenthal confirms it, it must be true.
I'm going to be a little dramatic and start with the people that we know. Joe Lacob from the Warriors and his group. He wants to be a part of it.
Okay, so he's definitely in on it.
Yes. Feliciano, one of the guys who owned a European soccer team.
Okay.
Then now I get to reveal it because Joe Kudla, the owner of Viore, which is based in Carlsbad, has partnered with Drew Brees and apparently put in a bid for the Padres. The due date for the first round of offers was yesterday. So at least they're saying at least 5 bids came in, and 2 of them we don't know about.
All right, but one has Drew Brees attached to it.
That's
the name you like.
Yes.
And the one it's attached to is the bid by Joe Kudla, or Kudla for mispronouncing. We apologize.
Yes.
Joe Kudla, who is the CEO of the popular clothing apparel.
I love Viore.
Viore, which is an activewear company, is it not?
I love Viore.
Running shorts and sweats.
They're a little expensive, but I get them as gifts, and I will not refuse those as gifts.
I know my wife is a fan of Viore as well. Joe Kudla is 47 years old, I believe, here, because I'm reading an article that says he's 45, but the article's 2 years old. So I'm going to say he's 47. Apparently, Viore is worth, according to those in the know, the company is worth about $4 billion.
I will have to add one more thing because there's Cobra on the chat is asking about Friedkin, which I believe it was Dan Friedkin.
Yes, right. The guy who owns Everton.
Yes.
His name's not in this story.
It is.
Oh,
but it's not in the way you think it is. They reached out, Ken Rosenthal and Dennis Lin reached out to the Friedkin group and to ask about this, and no one responded to them. So
okay. Well, they could still be in the running.
They could still be one of the 5, but we know for sure 3.
We know the other 3 for sure.
Yeah.
And then 2, we're not sure who they are. How about just starting a clothing company in Carlsbad and now being worth $5 billion? Man,
that's crazy. That is insane. I don't even know what I would do with that.
That's a lot of running shorts.
I don't even know what I would do. That's a lot of... Would Viore become a part of the Padres brand? That would be amazing.
Design their unis?
I don't know if they could do that. Fanatics might have something to say about that. But it's pushing on. Also, John Seidler says that they're drawing a lot of interest in this team. And Artie Moreno was recently asked about whether or not he would sell his team. He said he's not looking to sell his team for whatever reason, but a lot of people, quote, are looking to buy baseball teams right now.
Well, I will say this about the Joe Kudla and Drew Brees group. If you are one of those people that cannot be convinced that the team would maybe move under new ownership.
Oh, well, that tells you right there.
You would have to believe that a guy who's, company is headquartered in Carlsbad, working with Drew Brees, who still lives here, that ownership would not even be thinking about leaving at all.
Correct.
So under that notion,
And Breeze is not buying this on his own. I'm sure that he's a partner in this.
This is a silly thing because I don't know this kind of thing. What would Drew Brees be worth himself after playing as long as he did in the NFL?
Not billions.
He's not up to $1 billion, right?
No. Let me see what his net worth is. Because that is a good question. I just Google it. It says approximately, and this is obviously
it's always approximate. Yeah,
160 million. So what he's doing this
isn't that crazy though? That Drew Brees is worth, if this is probably close, $160 million.
Yeah,
which sounds like so much money it's not even funny. But he's tied into a guy whose business is worth what? 25 times that? 30 times that?
I think
not even close.
I think that Drew Brees is in this because A, he wants to be a part of something big and he knows the Padres are something big.
Yeah.
And B, he is a great ambassador for the ownership group.
He'd be fantastic.
Yeah, you have him show up at sponsor stuff. That'd be great. People would love that.
I know that.
What?
Why can't Joe Cudlitz just write a check for $1 million so that the Aztec men's and women's basketball teams can charter like the rest of the teams in the league? He wouldn't even notice it.
Oh, well, we can't say that. He doesn't have $5 billion in his pocket.
Oh.
He has $5 billion in his company.
Okay.
But that group is a
Joe,
bunch.
if you're listening, we're giving you all kinds of props here. I'm begging you.
And if Joe Lacob buys the team, you could do it too.
I could ask Joe Lacob too, but I'm going to go.
And if Feliciano buys the team, you could do that too.
$1 million is nothing to these people.
I don't see like a final drop dead when we're going to decide date. So in the next few months, they say.
We did get a chat question. Somebody said, when are the Padres going to be sold? And
we don't know.
Skraby said next Thursday at 4 p.m.
I did not.
We don't know. What are you asking us when they're going to be sold?
Well,
that's a funny question.
Because they think we're experts.
We're in the know. All right, I'll wait a minute to hear what Tony's response was to the Luka controversy. Although we have Jerry Palm up.
Yes, we do.
Is the Tony conversation?
It's not going to last long.
Okay. When we come back, we'll put that to bed and find out the latest on the Palm brackets for the upcoming NCAAs.
Ben and Wood.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife Audrey on board with this? How long did it take you to get her in this direction?
It took a while. It's probably taken years, but I don't know. We were on the same page for a long time. For a long time we thought there's no way this is possible, with our family and be able to move them across country and take them out of school and all that kind of stuff. But we talked to enough people. We got to thank the Melancons. They kind of gave us the blueprint of how they've moved their kids from Florida to Arizona to San Diego. And we're going to follow that plan. And once we decided that, it was like, I talked about it a little. There was some peace that came over both of us to be able to say yes to this decision because we knew it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Hard to say no to, being the manager of Padres with a team like we've got.
Obviously, when you decided to retire in the 23, family's probably at the forefront of your mind. You've missed a lot of time with your kids and your wife. And now to fast forward to this point here, you're sitting in meetings at this point, interviewing candidates, and then however long later, what was the timeline in between you interviewing guys or candidates and then all of a sudden having your name in the hat?
Yeah, man, just to think about what my mind was thinking about 3 weeks ago was completely different than what it is now. Obviously I'm part of the organization and wanted to find the best manager for the Padres, and so I was in on some Zoom calls to start that process. And then we and I were just having conversations about who we thought were great candidates and how we ranked them. And we got done talking about it. And he goes, well, I think I got you at the top of the list. And
he just dropped that on you.
Yeah, he just dropped that on me. And, it's a little bit of a shock, when someone, like AJ believes in you that much. And it pushed Audrey and I to actually think about this. And, is this something that we would like to pursue? If we got that much belief from the organization, we've got to make an informed decision. Yeah. And so then after that, we spent a lot of time, like I said, praying and fasting and thinking about this and trying to map out the schedule and work it out with our family. And once we came to the conclusion we're taking everybody with us, then we felt pretty good about it. And we're able to say, if you're willing to offer the job to us, we'll say yes.
13 years as a reliever. You spent 6 here as a Padre. How has that shaped your viewpoint and how the type of manager you'll be?
Yeah, I think one quality I have is a little bit of loyalty, and I was lucky in my career. I only really played for 2 organizations. I played 1 year with the Guardians in the middle, but not in the big leagues. But most of my career started with Washington, and then it ended with San Diego, and I feel very connected to this organization. I feel like it is family. They've treated me like family. And so, being a part of this and being in this role is something that's very exciting, and I'm up for the challenge.
Now, you had to get it out the mud, so to speak, right? You weren't a high round draft pick. You're a guy who had to kind of grind. That's the word we often use around this game. How is that, or what kind of lessons from those type of situations are you going to be able to take into your managerial role?
Yeah, maybe it's like people doubting you a little bit or not saying you're quite good enough. And there's probably some people thinking that as me as the manager. But it's also like exciting to prove people like who I really am and what I stand for, and maybe do it a little bit different than everybody expects. But those challenges as a player, they were so enjoyable. It was so, you've done it before. It's like fun to try to get the most out of your talent. And as soon as I took this job, like, that feeling of what I was as a player, like, when's my next workout? When's my next throwing session? That constant thought, that feeling, that little nervousness, that little excitement came back like right away. And it was like, I definitely missed that. Now, did I enjoy the 2 years in between? Yeah, I did. I got a lot, my handicap went down and all that kind of stuff. But, this challenge has gotten that excitement back, that feeling back of I'm in the hunt with the boys, and I'm ready to grind it out and make something special happen.
Now, you've been representing the Friar Faithful for a little bit here. Now you're out in the forefront. You mentioned family quite a bit. How important was it to get your wife, Audrey, on board with this? How long did it take you to get her?
You can go to palmbrackets.com. He's our guy. We trust him more than anyone when it comes to who's going to be the NCAA tournament. They'll join us in a few minutes. Chris Ello, Matt Skraby together in the Odyssey Palace studios. Tony Gwynn Jr. efforting to join us. If he could just make all that traffic in Phoenix go away.
He can't. He just texted us and said that it's bad.
Oh, it's bad today.
Yeah, but he said his ETA is less than an hour, so that's good.
All right. Well, we'll all sit by and wait for Tony Gwynn Jr. Speaking of which, yesterday you and I talked about whether or not LeBron was to blame again for the Lakers' loss to Orlando the other night. Why in the world would Luka Doncic just go to shoot a wide open shot and then stop halfway in the middle and pass it to LeBron? And a lot of people were conscribusing and saying that it was LeBron screaming and begging for the ball. There was even a I don't know if it was a meme. I don't know what it was.
It was not real.
You say not real.
I cannot find it anywhere. Tony can't find it anywhere. I don't know where you saw it.
I saw it, though.
We can't find it.
I saw it. Luka's walking off the floor going, well, he wanted me to pass him the ball.
I think that may have been fake.
Even if it was fake, I still have a question. Because Luka Doncic is not the type to pass up a wide open shot. But he did. He gave the ball to LeBron, who did not have an open shot, and LeBron couldn't score, and they lost. So what was Tony's take on our conscribusy theory? Fugazi?
Yep.
100%.
Because first, he was not aware of the video of Luka saying that, and we couldn't find it, so that's why we look for it. But second, if you pay attention, I guess, after the game, Luka did say after the game, that's my fault. I should have shot that ball.
I know what he said.
So it was just Luka had a brain cramp and freaked out and didn't take the shot and then had to pass it to someone. So he passed it to LeBron. It's a brain cramp. I'm not going to put those words in Tony's mouth,
but that's what he
But
thought.
It's not a Luka hates LeBron thing.
Yes, it is.
You just want it to be.
So do you.
I don't care.
Be honest. You want it.
Honestly, I don't get all the hate for LeBron James as he gets older. Like I don't understand it.
I don't totally get all of it, But if all you do is look at LeBron flopping videos online,
well, that's your problem.
It is hard to continue to respect his game. And I love LeBron's game. I consider him to be one of the top 5, first team all NBA all time. But man, there are people out there trying to tear him down.
All the time.
All the time.
All right, I'm going to call Jerry.
All right, Jerry Palm in a minute. The Aztecs last night, real quick, while you're calling him, they win 89-72. The thing that stuck out to me, probably to many of you, Brian Dutcher's been using 11 players all season long, did not use Jermaine Odom last night, and only used Sean Newman Jr. for 6 minutes. So basically the rotation went from 11 guys to 9 last night. And they responded.
All right.
7 of the guys scored in double figures. 7 of the 9. Is it just a coincidence, or is this what they just must do here down the stretch? Anyway, big win last night. Jerry Palm in a second, but first we check traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Caltrans, reminding you that 3 lanes of southbound I-5 will be closed at Gilman Drive starting Friday night. We've got a number of problems here. One is a stalled vehicle blocking the left lane of the transition ramp, westbound 54 to southbound 5 connector. Also an accident reported on the 43rd Street off-ramp of northbound 805. Traveling on northbound 15, just past Rancho Bernardo Road, there is a collision appears to be in the center divide and southbound side of the 15, right before Scripps Poway Parkway. 3-vehicle accident over to the right shoulder. The Caltrans I-5 Asset Management Project continues this weekend with the closure of 3 lanes on southbound I-5 at Gilman Drive on February 27th and 28th from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 805 to travel south. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, I said Jermaine Odom. I want to correct Jeremiah Odom. So my apologies for that. Chris Ello, Skraby, and our guy Jerry Palm from palmbrackets.com talking NCAA tournament. Jerry, how are you today, sir? Are you
I'm all right. How are you guys?
Is it like tax time for you? Do you just start kind of bearing down here with 2 weeks to go, or is it always the same?
I suppose if I were an accountant, it would be like that.
Yeah.
But, as a taxpayer, no, I can do my taxes real.
No, but I'm just saying for you, this is when it's nitty gritty,
crunch
right?
time.
Crunch time, right? Every game matters.
The next 2 weeks are going to be probably not high on sleep, but that's okay. I'm kind of a low sleeper anyway.
You do such a great job, and I invite everybody to go to Palm Brackets and see what Jerry's got as far as figuring out the field. I'm not a fan of obvious questions, but when the Aztecs beat Utah State last night, I have to ask the obvious: how much does that help them?
Oh, it's their best win of the year. So yeah, that's great. They're not a sure thing at this point.
Right.
San Diego State, that is. But, Utah State is as good a win as they can get. And the next best win they can get would probably be, what's left on the schedule at New Mexico coming up. They can't get too happy about the win, right?
Right.
Because you got New Mexico and Boise, and you can't give away the Utah State win by going on the road and giving those games away. And, winning on the road is tough. So, they're going to have their hands full. There's still work to be done, and of course the conference tournament's coming up, and you could do some work there as well. But really the only real negative on their resume is the loss at home to Troy.
I know.
Although they're doing okay in their league, but that's not really a great loss. And but they beat Utah State at home, they beat New Mexico at home, Boise at home. Win at Nevada is their best road win. So, they're going to get a couple chances here this week, and still work to do, but it's still in front of them. They still have, some control of their own fate here.
Yeah. Jerry Palmer's with us. The Aztecs, I think everybody agrees, right? They're right there on the bubble, probably first 4 out, or very close to that right now, but it could change.
They're right about the cut line.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Now, is there anything when they put the brackets together, is there any sense that, the Troy loss was a long time ago and now they've played much. Okay.
It's still this season.
it doesn't matter, right?
No.
Yeah. So
No.
that
It's still
loss
this
to-
season.
Yeah. So that loss to Troy is just gonna, it's going to be an albatross forever. And then go ahead.
I was going to say, a lot of bubble teams have got games like that, you know.
Right,
So it
okay.
doesn't really stand out. There's one that's got a quad 4 loss, and you know it's a bad loss. But one of the reasons teams are in this part of the world that are good teams is that they have a couple of eyesores on the resume, and for San Diego State, that's the one.
Right, exactly. Now, and we've talked about this before, margin of victory. Now, Utah State was talking about that a couple of weeks ago when they kind of piled it on Memphis. I'm going to ask you that compared to what did happen to St. John's last night, where they make 2 baskets in the whole second half. I mean, should they drop because it was just such a bad loss, or does that matter?
No, the committee doesn't really consider that. However, their ranking system and a few of the others that show up on team sheets consider it a lot, which is like the net and Ken Pomeroy's and what are called predictive metrics, are largely about predicting margin of victory. And if you're going to do that, you need to really consider pretty heavily margin of victory in the games that you play. So, but the net isn't going to get you in. It's not going to get you left out. And one bad game, even as bad as that, is only going to have a marginal impact on your net over 35 or so games. So, now if you have a bunch of games like that, that's one thing. Michigan had a bunch the other way.
Yes, they did.
They had like half a dozen 60, 30-point wins in non-conference play, and have had a few in the league as well. So, that's different. But, Michigan does well in the metrics that aren't margin of victory based. So, that's just a good basketball team. And, for San Diego State, they're pretty balanced. They're pretty equal in the predictive metrics and the non-predictive metrics. So, so it's going to be, for them, it doesn't matter much. But the Utah State coach, here's the thing. That Memphis win, when you run up the score on your opponent, you might make your own net look better, but your own net doesn't mean that much. But your opponent's nets do mean much because that determines what quadrant your opponents are in and the quality of your opponent. So if you intentionally damage your opponent by running up the score, you're hurting yourself way more than you think you're helping yourself.
Wow. Had not thought of that.
No.
Now, again, the 20-point loss or whatever it was for Memphis over the course of 35 games is going to have a huge impact. But, if you think you're helping yourself by running up the score on your opponents because the net is worse in your favor, then you don't understand how this works.
Okay.
I
learned something
really
new today.
Intriguing. Yeah, but I agree. I get the point.
It
right?
makes sense.
You made Memphis look like not a big deal because you beat them by so bad. Yeah.
We're talking to Jerry Palm of palmbrackets.com, and he's brought to you by the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bang banking, it's better. Now, I want to talk about Miami of Ohio because they're still undefeated, I believe 28-0. And if they lose a game, are they in the tournament already, or do they have is there an opportunity that they could miss the tournament if they lose like one game?
As long as that game is in the conference tournament, they're going to miss.
Wait, sorry, say that one more time.
They have to win their conference. They have to win their conference tournament. It's as simple as that.
Really?
Yeah, because not all 25-0s are the same. They've played and beaten, of course, one quad 2 opponent, Akron, in their league. They've got 9 quad 3 wins. They've got 15 quad 4 wins. They haven't beaten a soul. And that's. Your strength of schedule matters, and I know a lot of mid majors have trouble getting games. Miami will complain about not being able to get games, but if you think you want to be an NCAA tournament team, then you have to do whatever it takes to get games. And you can't make teams play you, but you've got to ask everybody. You've got to do whatever it takes to get the game. So their strength of schedule as of this morning is 349.
Wow.
Out of 365. In the 30-some years that I've been doing this, the lowest strength of schedule to get an at-large bid was something like 229, and that was the first year I did this, 1994.
So we're talking they're 100. They're 100 ranking points lower than that.
Oh yeah, they're 120 points lower than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is just not the kind of schedule that gets rewarded So, I've been telling people, and including people in Ohio who don't like to hear it, really, that
sure.
Really the only 3 games left on their schedule that matter are the MAC tournament. Yeah. They could win these games, lose these games, whatever, doesn't matter. They got to win the MAC tournament.
But there's going to be fallout for the committee when that happens, right? They're going to be 32-1. They're going to lose the last game, and they're not going to get in, and people are going to say it's unfair. Right, Jerry? I mean, that's still going to happen because most people don't follow it as closely as you. We don't get what you're telling us,
Yeah, well, I mean, they may think it's unfair. I mean, I like Miami. I'd like to see them in, but, the fact of the matter is, if you play this schedule, your margin for error is basically 0. And I'm not talking about the regular season.
That is so crazy.
I'm talking about you're talking about 15 teams in college basketball that played worse schedules than Miami.
Wow.
15 is all.
All right. Well, this changes everything.
It changes a little of the outlook for sure. All right. Last thing, Jerry. As far as the Big 12, is that the one this year? I mean, because last year was all SEC, right? They had all the top teams, et cetera. They ended up with 2 in the Final Four.
14 of their 16 teams were in the bracket.
Yeah,
they were in all parts of the bracket.
That was incredible. But the Big 12 this year, they seem like they're the power. Is that pretty much agreed upon by everybody?
It's the Big 12 and the Big 10. The brackets that I've been doing for the last few weeks have had 5 of each. From those 2 leagues in the top 16 of the bracket in the 1 through 4 seeds. So the top of both of those leagues has been really strong. And then obviously you've got Duke and UConn, 2 great teams that are going to be interspersed with those as well. And in Florida is coming on strong, and they look like a team capable of defending their championship. This tournament is going to be nuts because the quality in the top, say, 15 to 20 teams is just any of those teams could beat any of the others on any given night, and they could even do it on the road, and we've seen that with these teams. So and they've got great individual talent. Almost everybody's got one great player that can carry a team through a game if it's needed in the tournament, and that's usually the kinds of teams that get deep into the tournament. So it should be a very fun tournament. But the Big Ten is deeper in terms of tournament teams, but at the top, they're both really solid and the 2 best this year.
One last thing for me, Jerry, because I always think about this. I'm picking on Iowa State, and I don't mean to, but they're the one that pops into my head. I look at their season, and they're big. The one that put them on the map, right, was beating Purdue at the beginning, and they actually did that on the road.
At Purdue,
right?
Yep.
But they've lost to Kansas, they've lost to Cincinnati, they lost to TCU, they lost to BYU. They haven't really posted anything that impresses. What my point is this: can I believe in a team like Iowa State in the tournament because they're not going to get any home games? They're not actually in a true road game. But I always like to find a team that can win away from home, and I don't believe in them.
Okay, well, if you win at Mackey Arena, you've won in one of the 3 toughest places.
So that's going to wipe it out. Yeah. Okay.
So whatever argument you have there. And they destroyed them in the second half. It was a close game at halftime, but
right.
And I'm a Purdue guy, so I know a little more about this. But they split home and home with Kansas. A lot of people don't win at Kansas. They lost at BYU. All their losses are on the road, but they've got some good road wins. But not only that, St. John's neutral, which is neutral court wins count too because the whole tournament's neutral courts. They still have to go to Arizona. That's asking a lot. But I haven't seen anything that Iowa State has done to make me think this isn't a contender.
Fair enough. Well, last year we had all 4 top seeds make the Final Four, Jerry.
Yeah.
Please don't let that happen again, even though it's great.
I'll see what I can do.
I don't like it. I always got to have a Cinderella somewhere. Yeah. But thanks for everything, man. I love it. Great stuff today. I mean, that whole thing about Utah State hurting itself by beating Memphis is so interesting.
The other thing, by the way, that they did there to hurt themselves is tell the committee they're running up the score.
Oh,
that didn't help
also
either.
Is not very smart.
Also not smart. So Utah State people, it's a good thing they're out of town. They left this morning, or they would have heard that yesterday when they were here. Hey, Jerry, thanks, man. I hope we talk to you again. In a couple of weeks. I know you're going to be busy, but we appreciate the time.
Anytime. Thanks.
Very good, Jerry Palm. Go to Palm Brackets, man. I think he's got it broken down. And as good as anybody. And I mean, you talk about a guy that understands how this all works. Huh? I mean, that's stuff I hadn't thought about.
No, I've definitely never thought about that.
I like
Chris.
that. Utah State. Ha! Well, we got to win by as many as we can.
Chris got a little pep in his step when he heard
I got
this.
a little pep knowing that Utah State hurt itself by winning by so much. I love that. The Aztecs, you see, the Aztecs only beat them by 17. We could have won by more, but we didn't want to,
You got to keep your strength or your margin of victory, whatever.
Yeah, the Aztecs, it's interesting. They can still get back in the at-large thing if they can win at New Mexico. I'm telling you. That's the big one. More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero. Never met a pitch he couldn't swing at. And powerhouse hitter for the Expos and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Crisello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. On we go into the 4 o'clock hour. Gwynn and Chris Crisello. Tony Gwynn Jr. in traffic. He needs a Kelly Danick traffic report for Peoria.
Yeah.
He's trying to get back to the Peoria Palace after the Padres game this afternoon. Game won by the Reds in spring training, 11-10. But a game that featured a 2-run homer and a grand slam from Manny Machado. So we should have Tony in a while, but it's he's working on it.
Yes.
In the meantime, Skraby and I from the Bill Howe Studios, we know how. Thanks to Jerry Palm, man. SDCCU fan hotline. Hey, he was good today. He's always good. If you've ever seen Jerry Palm, because he was on CBS a lot last year, and
he's been on for a long time.
You've seen it for a long. He just looks like the kind of guy that is, in the basement looking at every possible printout.
He's got like one of those maps with like strings connected.
He does. But that's the guy I want doing my bracket.
And I'm not making fun of Jerry, but then his hair's all messy.
Yeah, he's a little disheveled. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, well, look, all good scientists, mad scientists have a little hair disheveled.
They do. That's what I want in my bracketologist. I don't need a clean cut bracketologist. No. That means you're not getting in the dirt.
Agreed 100%, Skraby. So Jerry Palm. As a matter of fact, I think college basketball could do a whole lot better if they just let Jerry Palm and people like that pick the bracket, as opposed to bringing in the 6 or 7 athletic directors from around the country to decide.
Yeah, but Chris,
does that make sense?
But Chris, then they can't pay themselves a lot of money to make those decisions.
Right? I mean, we all know what happened last year, and I know North Carolina beat the Aztecs and all of that. But we all know North Carolina should have never been in the tournament. And the only reason they were in there because the guy from North Carolina got a $1 million bonus for it, even though he left the room.
He did,
Yeah.
Chris. He left the room. He had no influence on no one on that board.
There's no way possible, right? And you know this, that he didn't have influence. He had to.
And then the poor Aztecs just got drubbed.
Don't remind me of that.
I remember that night we were talking about on the show that you were like, I'm not watching until we get home from the drive, home from Arizona. And then halfway through the game, I'm like, Chris is going to hate this.
That's right. We were coming home from Phoenix that night.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear the score, watched it late. And by the time it was 5 minutes into the game, they were down like 31-3 or something.
It was bad.
Not a good game.
No.
All right. Chris versus the fans. 833-288-0973. You want to play some trivia? You can find yourself on your way to see Guns N' Roses at Snapdragon Stadium on September 2nd. But you got to win to qualify for a chance to get the grand prize. For the rest of you, tickets to Guns N' Roses available at Ticketmaster.com. 833-288-0973. And we do have people that say, I can never get through. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And then we have people that seem to always get through. Right now,
why are we digging up the waters, or why are we?
I don't mean that. That part I'll leave out. But the other part about you can't get through, if you dial your phone now, I think you get through.
Yeah, right now.
So 833-288-0973. We got a couple of lines available. While you're doing that, Scrabe.
Yes.
3rd year in a row. Get the sounder ready.
I don't know what you're about to say.
The Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
The #1 organization in football, according to the NFL Players Association report cards.
Which I thought those weren't allowed to get out.
They weren't supposed to be public, but, ESPN was never going to allow that to happen. So they came out. Dolphins, NFLPA survey, quote, players around the league consistently describe the Dolphins organization as the best in the NFL.
Maybe it's because it's Club Med.
I think that there's something to that. I really do.
That's good. I mean, it really helps them win, though.
Evidently not. I think the Club Med thing means something. I think players love it there.
You get to go to Miami. You get to live in one of the best cities in the world.
You got that going for you. They have nice facilities, etc. They got swimming pools, and they have, the women who come out with the palm fronds,
yes,
and feed you grapes.
They do.
I mean, you don't have to win a football game if you play for the Dolphins, and that's why the players love it.
And everything's cool.
Third year in a row, number one. By the way, if you're wondering, this year worst organization in football.
Yeah, this is surprising.
It surprised me, but cover your ears, Michael Valenzuela. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
And the player comments are pretty bad.
I didn't see those.
The ownership. I'm paraphrasing.
Okay.
The ownership doesn't want to spend money to upgrade anything. They don't want to spend money on us.
New category this year: Steelers have the worst home field in the league by, quote, a wide margin.
Okay, can we go to Chris versus the fans now?
Yeah, I'm having some fun with this.
Okay, well, we could have done this in 10 minutes.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Some listeners have called me the fun police, Chris, and I think maybe what I just did would be considered a fun police moment.
Where I'm trying to have fun and you stop me?
Yeah, they tell me I'm the fun police. So maybe I'm getting it now. Maybe I should have just, played along.
I'm trying to revel in the fact that the Dolphins are good at something, and you're.
The rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question, or you win. If you're a first-time player. Nice job. You will get that first question for free. You just need to let us know before you get into it. So let's get started. I'm going to.
I do want to add
situate my
that
screens.
Mike McDaniel's
okay
personal rating, the former coach of the Dolphins.
What is that?
His personal rating dropped from A+ to B. So the country club atmosphere that he's created, the players are not giving him credit for that anymore.
That's unfortunate for him.
Anyway.
All right, let's go to our first contestant. I think we're going to go to Dominic. Hello, Dominic.
Hey, Dominic.
Hey, what's happening? I'm a first-time player.
Yes, you are, Dominic. Let's go. I
Here
like
we
to
go.
hear it. Good luck to you today, sir.
Question number 2.
Thank you.
What team won the women's NCAA tournament last year?
Basketball, I'm assuming.
Basketball, yes.
I'm just going to guess Gonzaga.
Unfortunately, no.
No, not Gonzaga. Sorry, Dominic. UConn won last year. They've won 45 in a row, I believe.
Sorry, Dominic. I'm
sorry, Dominic. I don't know.
We get a first-time player. You just eliminate them.
I hate when a first-time player gets eliminated, but it's part of the world. You got to get in here, and it's a lot tougher when you're on the air. By the way, I know people sit out there sometimes and think, "Oh, I can answer all these." Yeah, you probably can, but when Skraby comes to you, sometimes it can be a little, a little more pressure packed than you expect.
Sorry, I was screening a call, but you're right, Chris. We're going to go to Colmer. I think I got that right. Colmer, is that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Colmer.
All right, thanks for calling. You got anything to tell us, Colmer?
Yeah, first-time player, man.
First-time player.
Oh, he's first-time player. I like it. Let's go.
All right,
Colmer.
here we
Good
go.
luck to you.
Question number 2. What round did the Padres draft Tony Gwynn Sr. in 1981?
That is a diabolical. I think that's a 3, but
is that a 3? I thought
look
this
for
was
you, Colmer. Do you know what round Tony was drafted in? That's tough.
Really? Well, one would be pretty obvious, so I will say second round.
Second
round. Stay there.
It's stuck in my mind that he was taken in the 3rd round.
Sorry, Colmer.
Sorry, Colmer.
I really appreciate you calling. I'm sorry that Chris just...
You always blame me for doing what I'm supposed to do. Colmer, please play again. There's nothing wrong with coming back and winning the next time.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I want these people to enjoy their experience, and I agree with you. When you lose right away, you probably think, oh, But hey, just keep playing.
All right, let's go to our next contestant. I believe it's George. Hello, George.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello,
George.
are you George?
Yes, I'm a first-time player as well.
First-time player as well? George, we can see your name. That's why we know who it is.
Oh, it's me, yes.
We can. I'm not going to give it away, but we can also see your last name, George. And are you a long-lost relative of the famous Cub right fielder?
I am not a long-lost relative.
Okay.
As much as I get it. Yeah.
Worth a shot, Chris.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
All right, here we go. Question number 2 for the first-time player. Who holds the record for home runs in Reds history? Like franchise record for number of home runs.
Oh, geez.
That's actually got me thinking a little bit. There's a lot of contenders.
I'm going to pass.
Okay, he's going to pass.
Pass is not bad.
Stay there, George.
There's a lot of names that have popped into my head. Maybe too many. Frank Robinson's name pops into my head, but he also seemed like he played half his career in Baltimore. Ken Griffey's name pops into my head, or Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
But he didn't really do as well with the Reds. He did most of it with Seattle. So now I'm down to Johnny Bench, but Tony Perez hit a bunch, and I don't know that he played longer. And then there could be somebody that I haven't even mentioned, like a Joey Votto or somebody jumps up.
Can you give me an answer?
Johnny Bench.
Sorry about that, George.
Sorry, George. I stuck with Johnny. I tried to talk myself out of Johnny, but I had to stick with him.
All right. Let's go to Bradley. Hello, Bradley.
That's a good question, though. I like that.
Thank you.
That was a lot of choices there. Hi, Bradley.
First-time player.
All right.
Is this first-time player Thursday?
I like it. Let's keep it going.
All right.
You should be happy. Don't be
I'm
complaining.
very happy.
You've been dreaming about a first-time player day.
Yes, I love this.
Yeah.
All right. Which NBA player entered today leading the NBA in average points per game?
Is this a 2?
This is a 2.
Top scorer in the league. Who is it?
No clue.
Okay, he's going to pass.
I'm pretty sure it's Luka.
I'm just confirming right now.
Luka Doncic.
I'm confirming right now.
Then I'm wrong?
No, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I got to say, the NBA website, sorry about that, Bradley. The NBA website is one of the worst websites I've ever used to look up stats.
I don't know why you would ever go there.
It's just what came to my mind real quick.
Luka's number 1 on top.
You confirmed it?
I did.
All right, we're going to go tiebreaker.
Oh, come on. I'm enjoying beating all of these first-time players.
Yes, you are. I know you are.
I am not.
We're going to go tiebreaker, and who should be our player today?
Johnny Bench.
Oh, Johnny Bench.
We already got Johnny in there. Let's get some
right.
more Johnny Bench.
I like that. Did you know he could how many well, I was just about to tell you a fact I didn't know. How many baseballs?
I think it's 7 baseballs he could hold in his hand, or 6 at the loose. I'm going to look it up while you're looking up.
That's crazy.
Johnny Bench.
All right, so let's go to Neil.
By the way,
hello, Neil.
And whenever you see a perfect throw, hi Neil,
stay
real
right
quick.
There.
But whenever you see a perfect throw to second base by a catcher in baseball, back when Johnny Bench played, catchers didn't make that throw that often, except he did.
Well, he was just ahead of his time.
It was just insane, how good Johnny Bench was, and then along with the hitting. So.
All right, Neil.
How many?
I know Neil has played tiebreaker.
Here it is. Johnny Bench holding 8 baseballs.
That's a lot.
Think of this.
That's crazy.
Second.
No, that is crazy. I can't even think about that.
In one hand.
That's not possible. That shouldn't be possible.
There's the picture.
I've seen the picture.
3.
It shouldn't
6,
be possible.
8. That's not possible.
Neil's on hold right now. Here's how the tiebreaker works. I'm going to ask Chris a number question. He's going to give me an answer, and then Neil is going to guess whether the actual answer is higher or lower than what Chris said. And Chris, we're going to go in a little bit of a different direction today.
That's fine.
What is his career batting average?
Ooh,
Johnny Bench.
Fair. 266.
266.
Yeah, 270 sounds too high for Johnny.
Okay.
He's a slugger.
Neil, is the actual answer higher or lower than 266?
How many years did he play?
Good question.
Johnny
17
played for a long time. But we're looking for batting average here, so it's not
I bet it gets lower as they get older.
All right.
I'll still go higher.
Still goes higher.
Still goes higher.
Johnny hit higher.
You are the winner.
He did. Very good, Neil.
You want to know what's crazy? Is his career average was 267.
Come on, I missed it by 1 point.
Like, I have no idea.
Wow.
I don't know how I was able to contain my face from being like, what?
Missed it by 1 point.
Like 0.001.
I just knew that Johnny Bench couldn't quite make 270, but he was good enough.
Stay there, Neil. I'm going to get you in the break, but that was one of your best tiebreaker guesses.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Neil.
How many home runs?
Well, he had to be over 400. Did he get the 400?
He did not. 389.
Didn't quite, huh?
389.
Yeah. Johnny was the man for sure.
How many stolen bases?
Maybe 20.
68.
Even more than I thought.
Yeah.
And he played third base the last year or two. Look, I know he went to third because
it does say
the knees
third
were
and
finally
first.
getting a little creaky for Johnny.
Well, you're a catcher during the 60s and 70s. Your knees are going to hurt.
Yeah. And they didn't what do you call it in the NBA?
Load manage.
Yeah. Johnny didn't load manage. He just played every game.
He totally did.
Yeah. He was really the man. It's hard to even explain how much the man he was unless you were kind of watching baseball in that era. More Gwynn and Chris after we check some traffic.
From the 8-5.
Skraby. Former National League umpire Bruce Fremming. He worked 5,163 games, third most in big league history. He was in the National League before they combined the leagues, and then he worked obviously in both leagues. 37 years. Here's something crazy. He worked 11 no-hitters behind the plate.
11
no-hitters behind the plate. Bruce Fremming died today at the age of 86. Sad to say that. Fremming most famously worked a no-hitter for Milt Pappas of the Chicago Cubs. I was pausing because Skraby was on the phone. Milt Pappas was a right-handed pitcher for the Cubs, 1972.
What's his name? Milt Pappas?
Milt, like Milton.
Oh.
Yeah, Milt.
Still.
You don't like the name?
No, I don't care about the name
You're
Milt.
making fun of the name Milt Pappas.
I'm not. No, Pappas is a funny one.
You don't like Pappas?
It's not that I don't like it. I just think baseball players from the old days have the best names.
All right, Milt Pappas is pitching. Cubs, 1972, September. Playing it doesn't even say. I think it was Braves or something. Anyway, got the first 26 batters, 1 out away from a perfect game. He got a 1-2 count on pinch hitter Larry Stahl. And Bruce Fremming called ball, ball, ball. Larry Stahl walked. Milt Pappas, to this day, thought he had the perfect game. Pappas then got the next hitter on a pop-up to complete his no-hitter, but he did not get the perfect game.
Well, him and Andres Galarraga can hang out together.
Right. Fremming worked 5 World Series. And I'm wrong. He was behind the plate for 4 of those no-hitters. And overall 11 no-hitters.
Did he pass away? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, he passed today at the age of 86. Bruce Fremming.
I mean, that's actually pretty cool to be able to say. I wonder how you text your best friend Mike Winters and ask him how many no-hitters he's got.
Mike talked about Bruce Fremming often and said he went golfing with him from time to time. So if Mike's out there, I know he's sad by this news today.
Yeah, for sure. It sucks.
One other bright note of news. CC Sabathia going to get his number retired by the Yanks.
Tony and I talked about this last night.
That's pretty good, man.
Cool is it that you get your number retired next to guys like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Mickey Mantle?
Oh, it's unbelievable, the list of them. They start at 1 with Billy Martin and Phil Rizzuto. I think they both wore 1. And then 2 is Derek Jeter, 3 is Babe Ruth, 4 is Lou Gehrig, 5 is Joe DiMaggio, 6 is missing 6 for a moment. 7 is Mickey Mantle. No, Maris was 9. Anyway, 8 is Yogi Berra. I mean, just right on down the line for the Yankees. And I'm upset now that I can't think of who number 6 is. CC Sabathia is one thing to get your number retired. Another thing to get it retired by the Yankees.
Oh yeah, that's a completely different thing.
It seems like a whole nother world. I'm still looking on number 6. Oh, Joe Torre. Torre wore 6 when he was managing. I knew there was a 6, but you don't really recognize the number of a manager so much.
So if you want to become part of the Monuments Wall, just wear the next number in line. And they'll put
10.
you out there.
The lowest number that's still available for the Yankees is 11.
Because CC was like 52 or something?
Rizzuto was number 10. CC was 52, yeah. But
so how does that work?
Well, they retired number 52.
Oh,
what do you mean?
Well, I just didn't know if they were like trying to go in order.
Oh, God, no. Bernie Williams was 51. Now Sabathia will be on there at 52.
And what was Rivera?
42.
Okay.
Remember, Mariano Rivera wore 42. He was the only guy allowed to wear it after the Jackie Robinson thing.
Interesting.
Because Jackie wore 42, of course.
Yeah.
Mario Rivera had always worn 42, so he stayed with it. Got Big 5?
Oh, we do.
If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's. Authentic Mediterranean cuisine. Coronado, La Jolla, dining, takeout. Spiro'sCuisine.com. Gwynn and Chris continues.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
All right, we got Adam Jones coming up.
have these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Today, a lot of damage at spring training. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Chrisello, Matt Skraby, together in the Odyssey Palace Studios and the Bill House Studios. We know how. Tony Gwynn Jr.'s, he's on a freeway somewhere. We'll see him soon. He was doing the Padre Red game earlier today. Manny, if you're just tuning in, hit a 2-run homer and then a grand slam.
Salami.
Manny's got a lot of grand salamis in his career, doesn't he? Like 14, something like that. He's among the active leaders. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, Manny's way up there.
I can remember one that he hit last year against the Nationals.
He is I guess we could probably find it somewhere here, but he's up there on the Grand Slam list.
He's the active leader, according to Tyler.
He's the active leader,
yeah,
of all players in baseball. All right, Tyler. Well, I'm gonna go with what you say, but I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm gonna look it up.
I would actually trust Tyler. He's the one who beat me in Chris Fantabulous way back when.
I like Tyler. I like all of our callers. I like you too, but I still double check your work.
Well, you should. You should.
It's funny. We'll go to the Big Five.
Okay.
You got traffic, and then I want you to have time.
Okay, thank you.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Caltrans, reminding you that 3 lanes of southbound I-5 will be closed at Gilman Drive starting Friday night. Still busy ride on some of our freeways here. Collision on northbound 805 before Orange Avenue. Those vehicles are blocking the slow lane up ahead. An accident clearing from the 43rd Street off-ramp. Collision clearing on the Coronado Bridge, heading over to the island just past the old toll plaza. Also westbound 8 before Mission Bay Drive. Reports of a vehicle over the side, over to the right shoulder. The Caltrans I-5 Asset Management Project continues this weekend with the closure of 3 lanes on southbound I-5 at Gilman Drive on February 27th and 28th from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 805 to travel south. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, Chris. I just heard from Tony. He's going to get some things squared away. He will be joining the show at 5 p.m. There you go.
Slammy Machado.
Slammy, I like it.
14 Grand Slams. Giancarlo Stanton, a distant second with 11. So not only is Manny the active leader, he's going to be the active leader. 9th on the list, just for fun.
Ooh, let me think.
With 9 Grand Slams.
Xander?
Actually, I take it back. This guy's actually tied for 3rd.
Is he a Padre?
So you got Manny with 14. You got Stanton with 11. Then there's a bunch of guys that have 9. One of those is Nick Castellanos.
Oh, that does make sense. He
got 9.
Yeah.
One of the guys that have 8, Xander Bogaerts.
Oh, so I wasn't totally wrong.
We're well represented on the active Grand Slam.
I mean, where have
list.
they been though? They need to add to these Grand Slams.
Our team nickname used to be Slam Diego. That kind of went away last year. I think.
It's because they got rid of the.
We only hit 1 last year,
chain.
maybe 2. Like we didn't do much in the Grand Slam deal last year.
Not that I this is just off the top of my head, but I think their first one was maybe against the Nationals after the All-Star break.
I think you're right. Because I was keeping track of that last year. Remember when I was saying how long they went without a 3-run homer?
Yeah.
They didn't even hit a 3-run homer till June
against the Rockies.
I mean, it took them 2 months to
And
hit.
who was it?
Fernando, maybe? Or no, Jason Hayward.
You're right. It was Jason Hayward.
But it took till June to get a 3-run homer, let alone a Grand Slam.
I know. And in the end, your 3-run homer thing was a thing.
Well, I kind of felt it was. We needed those crooked
It's going to be
numbers.
different this year, Chris.
Yes, it is. It's a different year.
Number 5.
I did like Manny actually saying to Bennett Woods the other day that he talked to Eric Grupner about moving in the fences. So that would be nice, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. Talking about retiring numbers, we just talked about CC Sabathia getting his number retired by the Yankees. Chris, who's the next likely Padres player to have their number retired? I think this one's easy, right?
Manny. You got somebody better?
No, that's pretty much what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe, Joe Musgrove hasn't. I don't think he needs a couple more great seasons. I think getting a statue is when you're holding records.
I don't even know that Manny's a number retired guy unless the Padres win a World Series with him or something like that.
Really?
But I will say Manny has had more of an impact on this franchise than I think a lot of people believe.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason being because as soon as he decided to come here, that opened the door for so many other, players to want to come and play here with Manny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's, to me, is his greatest impact. I don't put him in the likes of a Dave Winfield. Maybe I do.
He leads the team in home runs.
He's got the all-time home run record now. Yeah. The more I think about it, might be the last guy to wear 13.
I was trying to think, was there any other pitcher that was worth it throughout reliever?
Jake Peavy.
Trevor Hoffman already has one.
Yeah, Jake Peavy might want to
Jake Peavy,
get in on that at 44, but no. I say Manny's next. You're slowing down your own big five.
Tyler said 13 will be retired, and I bet 23 will too. If he becomes the Fernando.
Yeah, well, he's going to.
Number 4.
That was number 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we hadn't even started the big 5.
No, we started. That was number 5. We rarely do Dodgers topics in the big 5 unless it's Roki Sasaki crying.
Yes, you like this one.
But there was a news headline from the LA area today about Freddie Freeman. The California Post, which, did you know, Chris, New York Post has they've created a paper in California. It's now the California Post.
Okay.
But they posted, quote, after struggling recently, Freddie Freeman must show he's still worthy if he wants to end his career in LA, end quote. Yeah. The article was about his numbers sliding the past 2 seasons, and he has 2 more seasons on his contract before becoming a free agent in 2028. I'm up first. Do you think Freddie Freeman still is a top 5 first baseman in baseball? He might be 5. But
wow.
When you look at his numbers and people say his numbers are slowing down, he still has great numbers. But I think he is showing that he's getting a little older. He's missed some games. I think Freddie Freeman is probably in the top 5, but if he is, he's number 5. Last year he hit 295, 869 OPS. That is down from 2 years ago when he hit 331 and had a 976 OPS. He also hit 24 home runs and drove in 90 RBIs last season. So I will say he's 5. What do you think?
I'm going to use Buster Olney's rankings.
That's fair.
Buster's got Vlad, Matt Olson, Nick Kurtz, Pete Alonso, Freddie Freeman.
Oh, he had him at 5.
Had him at 5.
Wow. I'm starting to learn this baseball thing.
Just ahead of Bryce Harper. And what Buster says, if he polled opposing managers about who they would least like to see in the batter's box with a game on the line, Freddie Freeman's name would be mentioned most.
He is a clutch hitter.
He does seem to be. Never more clutch, right, than his grand slam in the World Series, but he homered in every one of those games. He's twice been World Series MVP. I don't like any article that picks on a player and says, well, they're getting older. Yeah, they are, but he's still productive more than almost 90% of the people you could name.
I'll take that 860 OPS.
Yeah, he's not Freddie Freeman in his prime, but it's okay because Freddie Freeman here is better than most guys.
He is. He definitely is. I thought this was a very hilarious.
I think it's a cheap shot because you're just looking at a player who's older. I mean, Michael Jordan by the 1998 season, even though they won the title, he himself was not anywhere near as good as he had been in 92 or 93.
Yeah, of course.
But he still won the title. So what do you know what I mean? Freddie Freeman's still winning the championship.
Did we talk about this the other day that it's hard to hate Freddie Freeman?
We did.
Yeah, it is hard to hate him. I wouldn't mind seeing his numbers dip a little bit more. That would be fine with me.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right.
Number 3.
I think someone needs to get Giancarlo Stanton an assistant immediately. The Yankees media. Chris, have you seen these headlines today?
No.
The Yankees media asked him, Giancarlo Stanton, if he is healthy, and Stanton replied with, quote, not while I'm in this line of work. But here's where he needs the assistant. He also said, quote, "You have your good days and bad days, just like your mood and everything. I can't open a bottle. I can't open a bag of chips, a bag of anything. That's the way it is." So he's got tennis elbow or athlete's elbow or whatever it is. And he was had the opportunity to get surgery over the offseason, and he said it was not going to help anything. So he doesn't want anyone to feel sorry for him. But fans are starting to get a little annoyed. He appeared
They're getting annoyed.
He appeared in only 56.4% of the Yankees' games that he's been on the team, 1,032. He missed the Yankees' first 70 games last season to rehab his elbow, but he's determined to stay off the injury list this year. Aaron Boone said the public outlook would be that Stanton said the public outlook would be that I wouldn't be mentally tough because I've missed games. But Aaron Boone said he was the poster child for being mentally tough. He only has $34 million left on his contract he signed in 2015.
Only $34 million.
2 more years, and then the Yankees have a club option, which they will decline, I'm sure. Chris, would you DFA Stanton and move forward?
No.
What? I mean, he's just taking up room. You're paying him to be on the IL.
Stanton was the AL Championship Series MVP a year ago.
2 years ago.
Well, year and 2 months ago. DFA him? Is he starting the year on the injured list again?
No, he doesn't say that. But if he's not going to play half your games per year, you're just.
How do you know? Maybe this year he'll stay healthy. Yankee
he's played
fans are
half
stupid.
of his games.
Yankee fans are stupid, and most fans are stupid when it comes to
all
rating.
Yankees fans.
Once again, when you're rating people that are getting on in their career, Stanton is not a 50 or 60 home run guy anymore. But as he showed in the AL playoff 2 years ago, if you want to say.
Thank you.
Damn guy can still get the job done.
I think another problem is that he said it's day by day. He could wake up one day and be like, I can't move my arms. And I don't mean to laugh, but he could just one day wake up, you don't have Giancarlo Stanton in your lineup. And you're using a roster spot on it. I understand what you're saying.
Who
Chris.
are you filling it with? Ben Rice?
That's another question. Do they have anybody better that they can fill it with? But I don't know, man. What did he hit? Over 20 home runs last year? And that's him playing half of a season.
Hit 24 homers last year and 249 at bats, which means if he had 500 at bats, he would have hit 50. His OPS was 944. You ready to just throw him away?
Now that we've talked about it, no.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to throw
As
him
usual,
away.
I win.
Well, you won on that one.
Okay.
Number 2.
So let's go. Shoot. I didn't get a chance to put this video that we're about to hear onto the screen, but Tim Hardaway Jr. plays for the Nuggets. And he walked into his post-game media session, and he didn't notice that anyone was there. So I'm going to play the video. You can't see it because there's nothing really to see. But he just sits down, Chris. Look. He sits down.
I'm watching. I don't see it.
Hasn't looked up yet.
Hang on. Why don't I see it?
Because I'm not showing it on the screen. I'm showing it over here.
Oh, you're over here.
He's looking at the stats on the table. Hasn't looked at the media yet. Now he looks at the media.
Is anyone back there?
No one is in there.
All right. Have a great evening.
So he's done. No media members showed up to Tim Hardaway Jr.'s press conference last night.
I like how he said, y'all have a good evening, though.
Yeah, he was making a joke.
Being as there was nobody there.
So my question is, should at least one reporter show up to a post-game media session?
I don't know, man. Deadline's a tricky thing.
Maybe
somebody had to go.
thing.
Everybody had to finish their story. I don't know. I need to know the circumstances. I mean, was Jokic in there for 2 hours? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's also true. I didn't find anything like that.
Tim Hardaway probably had to wait his turn.
And I also think you probably have to make yourself available. And he officially did that by walking to the room, sitting down, and then leaving. But this is kind of in a vacuum. This is a slap in Tim Hardaway Jr.'s face.
Feels a little like that.
I think he's fine.
Hang out.
He's good. He doesn't want to answer questions.
He didn't want to do it anyway.
But anyway, I thought that was
I don't know.
Kind of funny.
You know what? Maybe they have to do this nowadays, but You hate when I do this, but
What?
I liked it better at the end of the game where you walked into the locker room, you went up to the guy's locker, and a few people crowded around, and you asked some questions. Then you went over to
I think
another
that
locker.
still happens.
And, but now, what do we have to do a press conference? I mean, what for?
Because people want to hear from Tim
I see it
Jr.
in the World Series or something like that where you have that many media and you can't get access to a player. But for a regular season game, how many people were standing there at Tim Hardaway locker anyway?
That's true.
I don't get it. It seems like overkill to me. Just let the media into the locker room and talk to the players and go their merry way.
Yes, I agree. I just found it very strange that no media members were there.
That is kind of a funny one, though. That is
Number 1.
He was so happy.
Yeah, he loved it. Good night to all of you.
All right,
Nobody was there.
The Tampa International Airport is putting an end to something, Chris.
They're coming down with some rules, huh?
Yes, they have released a statement saying this. We've seen enough. We've had enough. It's time to ban pajamas at Tampa International Airport. After successfully banning Crocs and giving everyone the amazing opportunity to experience the world's first Croc-free airport, it's time to take on an even larger crisis. Pajamas at the airport in the middle of the day. We know this decision could be disruptive to someone in your life. It's time to have a difficult conversation with them. You can do this. I don't know who Phoebe is, believe in you. The madness stops today. The movement starts now. Help Tampa International Airport become the world's first Crocs-free and pajama-free airport. Do your part. Say no to pajamas at TPA. Chris, do you agree with this ruling?
I don't care about this ruling. I care a lot more about the Croc one.
Oh, you're a big Crocs guy?
I hate Crocs.
Why?
Because I think they are some of the ugliest shoes I've ever seen. However, I'm here to tell you, Skraby, that every young lady on the Aztec women's basketball team, when we travel, wears Crocs. Every one of them.
I've never worn Crocs.
They love them. They swear by them. They're the most comfortable thing. And I'll sit there and tell them, you guys, those look terrible. And they go, we don't care. They love the most comfortable shoe. So I don't know how Tampa Bay Airport gets away with that. Because
I don't see many Crocs these days.
There might be other teams that are trying to travel that way. I think you got to do the pajama thing during the daytime hours.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Because if you're on an overnight flight, I think you should be allowed to wear some pajamas.
Yeah, if you're on you're traveling on a red eye.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. But in the middle of the day, I've seen people who legitimately look like they just woke up and are in the airport.
My question, though, are you going to actually go up to somebody and just escort them from the airport?
I don't think they're actually serious with this. They're trying to make a joke out of it to tell people, do not come to our airport in your pajamas.
I want to ask the chat.
What?
Crocs. You love them or you just think they're the ugliest thing ever? Is there an in-between?
All right, chat.
Because I think Crocs are very polarizing.
Crocs should not be polarizing.
They are.
I've never worn them, but I can see them being comfortable. They're hairy.
Can you see them being ugly?
I don't want to tell all the Crocs people out there that their shoes are ugly, but
I think most Crocs
shoes are ugly.
Crocs people don't care. They go for the comfort.
I wish I could put a poll EC money, but I can't right now because we're on StreamYard.
Happy hour, Gwynn and Chris, with, we believe, Gwynn joining the festivities.
Yes.
On 97.3 The Fan. And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education, because I did not know it was
I've
Scoville.
allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this.
The rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
I will take
one. The winner, Skraby, has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass this. I hate
the
to
winners.
say, yeah,
of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now, this is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
maybe.
Okay.
All right.
No,
Maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we doing
All right,
this? Here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful
He
for those
does.
listening. on that.
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's
do
a
this
full
right now.
spoon?
That's a full spoon.
All right.
That is a full
Down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He
turn?
did not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby.
They
Skraby,
both did it.
did you swallow that, Skraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
he's all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what the
there. Competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
two.
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least use a different spoon. No double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right.
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Valenzuela
it.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
now,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
Which way though? You let laughing at drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Skraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
But this
I must tell you, Tony,
hold
that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
did.
cashed
You
his
said I wouldn't be
check.
able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You
You
proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend. I
Skraby?
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that tie,
The tie thing,
was
yeah, 'cause
super weak.
this is less than a 10,
he's
right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little
no,
red,
The time
Skraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a
This
little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my God!
he's
He's
going
going another
for
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow,
Delicious.
you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
It's 38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking
Drop-
trash now.
Well, he
I haven't had a
should
sip of milk or
He
bread.
hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you got
are
you got a
doing
whole
this
other
to
spoon.
yourself?
No, because I don't want.
You don't want Adam to say
He,
he
by
has
the way,
wing sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Ooh, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing that?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam hasn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug.
because I'm.
Wow. Adam Klug is a tough
Maybe he's
son of
not
a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going
go
to
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
here's want the milk, dude. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
I
said
know you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
problem.
He did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Skraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa
as you want at all
and
times.
the
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's Roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild. My
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
yeah.
It's one of the
Suspect.
world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the
Reaper
measurement
and
unit.
the
Okay.
X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know.
I've allowed
Yeah.
milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I'd
us,
have
tell
said
us the
no.
actual rules of this. Like,
The rule
Want
is
to see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
that's
one
that's
of you
not
can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
until you can't do it anymore.
fools.
I will take
And
one.
the winner,
spoonful of
Skraby,
this.
has a jar
Yes,
of
here it is.
a couple of my jars.
I think
products.
they both are winners if they pass
Hold on
this.
one
I
second.
hate to
Winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now,
This is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No,
maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we doing
All right,
this?
hold on.
Here we go.
All right, let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There
full
away he goes.
spoonful
God, he
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful for those listening.
This
on that.
is
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's
do
a
this
full
right
spoon?
now. That's a full spoon.
all right.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
and man, he went the whole thing. He did not trickle that down the throat. He just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby.
They both
Skraby,
did
you swallow that, Skraby? 7-3 The Fan, Thursday get together. Crisello, Matt Skraby together here in the Bill House Studios. We know how. We are in SD, and Tony Gwynn Jr. finally fighting through the mess that is the traffic in the Phoenix area, joining us on the program. And we can confidently predict, Skraby, as Tony joins us today from his own Peoria Palace, that he is not wearing Crocs.
That is true.
I don't see Tony as a Croc guy.
He just told you.
Yeah.
You know me well, Chris.
Couldn't imagine that. Sir. Yeah, I mean, the most comfortable shoe in the world to Tony Gwynn Jr. is always still going to be something from Nike. I don't care what it is.
Probably
going to be something from Nike, but I couldn't imagine you in Crocs. Tony Gwynn Jr., 11-10 thriller. And, as Skraby and I were saying, MLB Tonight Network will play it tonight as an instant classic. But for Manny, a couple of home runs doesn't change a whole lot for him, but it's never a bad thing to get a couple of long ones out there and just feel like you're getting tuned up for the season, especially with him leaving for the WBC. He probably felt pretty good today, or looked pretty good for sure.
He did. He looked good. He carried what I got a chance to watch in the batting cage is what he was working on there. He got a chance to carry that right over into the game. And that's always a positive thing, especially in spring training. You're working on something, and then you are able to like just transfer it directly to the game. You get like instant result. I mean, he went a bullet out to left center. And after, what I liked about the second homer was the 3-1 pitch before was also a hanging slider. It was a hanging slider. It was just above the zone, and he swung through it. And my guy, Ashcraft, came back with the same, yes, A-S-H, Craft.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody's on the same
That's okay.
page.
I already called him by the wrong first name earlier.
Yes,
so. Graham went back to that slider, and he hung it again, and Manny was like all over it.
He's not missing that. He's not going to miss that twice. Pitchers should know better. When you throw a bad pitch and get away with it, you just don't come back with the same pitch. That almost sounds like it was called from the dugout by Tony Vitello.
Not just the same pitch, but the same bad pitch.
And the same, right? That's what I mean. Can't do it again. Anyway, Manny Machado, 6 RBIs today. Nick Pivetta.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I'm sorry you brought his name up. It seems like it's off to a little bit of a little rocky start there, huh?
For the Giant guy? Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of negatives. Even Matt Snyder was very down on it the other day. And Matt is not normally, like that.
Matt's pretty cynical.
You think?
Is he? I don't think Matt's cynical.
He has his Snyder's soapbox, which is the daily gripe kind of thing.
I get that. But anyway, he was pretty down on the Vitello thing. He almost... To me, Vitello's the opposite of Craig Stammen. Stammen's come in and said, hey, I don't know everything. I'm going to surround myself. We're going to work hard. We're going to be good, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to listen to people, and, it's going to work. Vitello came in and said, everybody leave me alone. I already know everything. Here's what we're going to do. And I just think Stammen's way is right, and I think Vitello's way is wrong. We'll see how that all pans out.
I don't know how what Vitello is saying over there. I don't know how it's working, but seems like it's off to a little bit of a choppy start.
The Padre pitching has been a little choppy. I mean, I think Michael King was, the most of the starters. Let's start with the starters. Sears struggled. Marco Gonzalez didn't pitch great. King did obviously very well. Pivetta didn't have the best outing. I don't worry about Pivetta because guys that are already in the rotation are just working on stuff in spring. But just kind of break down what you're seeing from the starters so far, Tony. Anything to be alarmed about?
I mean, we really only seen, but I think Vasquez.
Oh yeah, he looked good. Yeah,
he looked good. No, again, this is, we're like a week. We're not even a week in the games. I mean, we're almost to a week. Everybody's getting their first outing time. You can't read anything into any of this.
I'm sorry, Chris. I feel your pain. It's
that?
hard. It's hard to talk about spring training. I know that it doesn't matter.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
No, he's right.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just saying after one outing.
No, he's right.
No, I mean, like, you take a guy like Hawkins, who threw today. He's thrown a couple outings. His name is one of the names that's buzzing a little bit. I mean, outside of that, everybody's just dipping their toe in the water at this point. We ain't even seen Joe pitch yet. Like, we ain't even got fully through everybody throwing their first outing.
Yeah, we're told him Musgrove did throw 30-something pitches on the backfield today, 3 innings. So
simulated.
It was coming out hot too.
Coming out hot.
Tony. Yeah, there's some video on 97.3 The Fantasy.
Well, I didn't see the simulated game. I saw the bullpen that he threw.
His simulated game apparently went just as well.
Okay, so he threw a simulated game too.
That's what I'm seeing on Twitter. Yeah, there's video. 34 pitches in a simulated game.
Could be AI.
And there's hitters.
Yeah, there's hitters. I'm watching it right now.
Okay, all right.
Could be AI. Speaking of,
no, I'm not going to go there. He already answered. Asked and answered. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, they get along swimmingly. Perfect.
Hey, send me that clip, Skraby.
The batting or
the one that you're looking at?
Oh, okay. I'll send it to you. I thought you were going to talk about Luka mouthing something off the court, but I think
we're trying to move past that. You already talked to Tony about it.
What happened?
Remember what happened?
The
conspiracy that Luka and LeBron are at each other's throats.
Yeah. No, we can move on from that.
I figured we could. I want to talk to you about Aztec basketball game last night. I don't know if you're able to see it because I know you're on the road and you got a different deal, but I thought it was interesting that Brian Dutcher did not use Odin and only used Sean Newman for 6 minutes. And in essence, kind of shortened it to a 9-man team instead of going the full 11. And Ziegler's been telling us that this is something that he just doesn't want to do, but he just is kind of coming around to the fact that he has to do it. Is that just coincidence that they played well last night, or is that a reason they played well with basically 9 guys? I guess that's for the coach to figure it out,
I don't think it was coincidence. I think they've played well when it's been shortened.
Yeah.
And listen, I think the idea of having 11 is like a great idea. Like, no one gets tired, but there needs to be, if this was a 48-minute game, you might be able to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Because you'd have more minutes to kind of distribute for guys to maybe get into a rhythm. But it's a 40-minute game. And I think that it's just hard to have that many guys shuffling in and out and being able to keep some continuity. It just seems like it's been hard. It just seems like every time when they had to cut it short because of injury, they seem to play better. And, I don't know if Dutch, decided, hey, I got to do what I got to do, or, whatever the circumstances was. But once again, I didn't get to watch a lot of the game, but it looked, based on the scores I saw, looked like they played pretty well again.
No, they were running. They were just really running roughshod. Utah State is a team that, people put in the top.
It's the highest scoring team. It's the highest scoring team in the Mountain West.
Yeah. Well, not last night. They weren't.
No, they got shut down.
And when the Aztecs played them up there, I went down to the end. Utah State couldn't stay even close to the Aztecs last night. It was almost kind of a one-sided affair, which just reminds you how good this team can be. But, now they go to New Mexico Saturday. And they also, not only did they go to New Mexico Saturday, Tony, but it's an 11 a.m. game, which I hate. Nobody plays well at 11 a.m., but because of TV, the Aztecs are going to play 11 a.m. on Saturday morning, in the pit, which is hard enough. But I still have my hopes for this team. They have so many good players. When you look at last night, Guath, 9 points, 9 boards. Miles Bird, 8 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. Those are winning numbers. Dixon Waters had the 20 off the bench. Tay Simmons played 13 minutes.
Love Tay Simmons. Tay Simmons.
Again, I'm not Dutch. He knows this all better than me, and I never should second guess. But I don't know why Tay Simmons can't play more than 13 minutes. He had 11 points, 4 of 5, 4 rebounds. He always seems to do well out there. Farrah Compton had 11. So they had like 7 different guys score more than 8 points last night. That makes you difficult to guard. And
he's just a presence.
Simmons,
he is just. It looks like nobody really wants to deal with somebody who wants to have contact like that all the time.
Yeah, and he's undersized, but he still forges his way in there.
He moved people out the way.
He moves them out of the way. Who used to do that? And it's never fair to compare to an NBA Hall of Famer. But who used to do that was Barkley. Barkley was only 6. Yeah, Barkley was 6'6". He wasn't anywhere close to as tall as those guys. But he was moving them out of the way and do whatever he needed to do. Yeah, I think Simmons got to play a little more, but that's my call. We'll take a break. Tony's
my call.
I know. What am I going to tell Dutcher? I think he knows better than me, but we'll take a break. More Gwynn and Chris still ahead here. Some traffic for you in the happy hour. Hopefully the news is good.
Get Ross traffic.
Skraby's not doing anything about it. The sun has dropped into a space where I'm about to have my retinas seared off of my face. Look at that. Do something.
It's quite hilarious in the camera. It's quite hilarious.
It is. I'm looking at it right now.
All right, I'll go do
So
something.
it's like it's completely dark in the room.
And then just please, Skraby. Man. All right. We are back here, 520, Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., and Skraby, happy hour time. And we are really happy that tomorrow Tony will not be on the show. And that has nothing to do with the fact that we're going to miss him and, we love him. We're all together. But the reason you're not on the show tomorrow is because your daughter and her little Devils soccer gang at Mount Carmel has done it again, Tony. So congrats. Why don't you crow about your daughter for a minute here?
Yeah, shout out to the Mount Carmel girls soccer team.
Yeah.
They are headed to the Open Division Finals. They'll face their nemesis, the San Marcos Knights.
So it's just been these two have been like going haymakers for a while, right?
Have.
Yeah.
They have. San Marcos took the first two matchups and two like epic games, especially the last one. They ended up scoring a goal with like 45 seconds left or something like that. And so, my oldest, Michaela, has missed the last two games. She got in the first game of the playoffs, she caught a ankle injury at the end. So she's missed the last, two games. And so she was afraid that she was not gonna. Their season was gonna end last night,
Right, and if they'd ended, that would have been it for her high school career, right?
That would have been it for her high school career.
Yeah, well, hey, new life.
As it would turn out, as it would turn out, overtime in a PK session sent them to the finals to take on San Marcos. So that happens on Saturday at 1. Out at Escondido High School.
It'd be nice and cool for that match. Goodness.
So
I know the weather here has been crazy hot, but good luck. I mean, we should give a little good luck because we got a lot of listeners in San Marcos, and they may have some daughters playing in that.
They're a
match.
really good team.
Yeah, they may have some
really
daughters
good team.
playing, but we have to keep an eye on Michaela and the Sun Devils. See if they can't win the title.
Tony, give me a scouting report on San Marcos High School.
They have.
I know he can do it.
They have 11 girls on the team. They kick the ball.
Let him go. I know he can do it.
The young lady, I think her name is Josie. She was the player of the year last year. She is very talented. She's going to Michigan State to play soccer, and she has, virtually by herself, been the reason why we've lost another game. They have a really, really solid team. Good defense.
Can't you get the?
There's a few of the girls play with my daughter on the club team. Outside of high school,
so they know each other. A lot of these kids.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think
her name is Josie Willis.
I think you should get
Josie Willis.
I think you should do the Mrs. Doubtfire move, dress Skraby up and put him out there as the goon. And he can just take down old Josie. Not too bad, but just enough to slow her down for a little while, Skraby.
She's tough to slow down.
Yeah, I was gonna say if she's going to Michigan State, I got no shot.
You got
she's a problem.
We could send Skraby out to do that. He wouldn't be able to catch up to her on the field. That would be the problem.
No, he would. He would not. He would
just be
not
running around chasing her. The old
dressed
match.
up as grandmama.
Larry Johnson. Anyway, good luck to the young ladies at Mount Carmel and San Marcos for a good final on Saturday. Tony, I wanted to ask you about the name Drew Brees came up today, along with the
Joe Kudla.
Kudla, we believe it's Kudla. It could be Kudla, but I think it's Kudla, the man who CEO of Viore fashion attire, or activewear. He's worth $5 billion, or his company is. Drew Brees is a great name, and they're in the running for the Padres. One of the people in the running. I told everybody earlier, I said, look, this guy's company is based in San Diego, so this would at least quiet anybody from being worried about them leaving, wouldn't it?
Is that people still worried about that?
Oh, aren't they, Skrabe? It seems like it. You tell them and they still worry about it.
I think it's just more fear than actual worry.
Well, fear and worry, those are pretty similar.
Yeah, listen, I think that ultimately is something that is a benefit. I think, that's the tough part, right? Is that you want people that have some type of connection to the city.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's why Drew is involved in some ways, because the Viore company itself isn't enough to probably keep people's fears from thinking that, right? And so you have someone like Drew, who we know is entrenched in the community here in San Diego. So, listen, at the end of the day, I don't really care who gets it. I just want whoever gets it is willing to do what Peter was doing, or at least somewhat in the ballpark.
And I want them to get it sooner rather than later, just because I know they have to, dot.
Listen, I rather them take their time figure and do it right than to rush it. So however it goes, good luck to all parties involved. I truly mean that. Like I just want what's best for the city.
Yeah, well, I'm rooting for you out
and
there.
By the city, I mean the people in the city.
Rooting for Drew Brees. Sorry. I'm just going to, enough of your Warrior guy, Skraby. I was a fan of him before, but now I'm relating.
Yeah, I want to talk trash about the potential next owner of the Padres.
I'm not talking trash. I'm rooting for the local guy.
I get it, but Joe Lacob gets his audio after he purchases the Padres.
Get him off the air.
I don't know enough about the other, potential buyers. I do know that Drew's from here, so that's a positive.
And so is the Viore company. It's based here in San Diego.
I don't know that makes anybody feel better though.
Why?
Like, because it's the company. The company is based here. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that
All right.
Give Carlsbad its due though, Chris. It's not San Diego. It's Carlsbad.
Max Scherzer's back with the Blue Jays. That was another thing that came up today. Alden Gonzalez, our guy, is on that one.
Shout out to Alden.
How is Alden? He's like working the Padre Dodger camp, and then he breaks the Blue Jays story. This guy's
everywhere.
These guys are, right. They're everywhere. Scherzer's going to join guys like Dylan Cease in the.
Oh, do you have
Dylan's got the flow? Dylan's got flow going right now.
He?
His hair is,
is it long
like
now? He's tried everything.
He has tried a lot.
The only thing,
no,
not everything. The only thing he hasn't tried yet is the, to shave everything.
Boy, he did. He did go bareface.
Yeah, he did. He did.
No, I'm talking bareface? Bald head too.
Oh, bald head. No, I've never seen that.
That would be a little weird.
No. That would be strange.
I
almost got
what's wrong with bald heads?
Yeah, I'm good with it. I just said it would be kind of a weird look for Dylan Cease. That's all.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how Dylan's head is shaped. That head shape is big when it comes to bald head. You got, sometimes when when they have to bring you out as a baby, they end up kind of mess up in your shape of your head.
My head. Gotcha.
Is that what happened to you, Skraby?
Yeah,
You've been struggling. You've been working from behind the whole time.
I'm
trying to make up ground.
I feel like I was dropped as a baby.
Yes, you're trying to make up ground since day one.
It's very unfortunate.
That's how you got the square.
Yeah. That's why my hat is like an 8.5.
One thing that happens when Tony's
what size hat do you wear for real?
I actually don't know. I need to figure that out.
You know what
it's not in the 8s, but it's one of the bigger hats for sure. I'm not Bruce Bochy, okay?
Can we fit a hula hoop over your head?
Yes, you can fit a hula hoop over my head.
We're trying to make one break on time, which I haven't done all day, Tony, so I'm going to give it a shot right now, and then we got one more segment to go.
Ben and Woods on the...
Skraby. Skraby will carry on with the conversation at the top of the hour. It's got the Skraby Chronicles headed your way. Happy Hour brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say the word radio. That will get you a free month of service. I got a question for Tony Gwynn about young ladies. And I thought you'd be the perfect guy to ask.
What?
Tony. Well, yes, stop it. Guy's unbelievable. Tony has daughters. I think he can help. Before we get to that, congratulations. Biggest fan today is Venezia Vargas. Venezia Vargas, Chula Vista. You are the winner. If you give us a call within the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973. If you call, you'll qualify for the grand prize. 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night at the Padre game in the Odyssey Suite with the fan staff, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. The rest of you, register your name, 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan. The other day after breakfast with the basketball team, Stacey Terry Hudson asked the players, Tony, to write, and it was a very nice thing that they were doing, asked all the players to each write 3 or 4 letters to some of the donors for the basketball team as a way of just thanking them for being part of the squad. That was a very nice touch. You know, you get a letter handwritten from one of the players, and she asked them to write the letters out and then address the envelopes and then not seal them and bring them back. Well, we come to find out after they wrote a couple of letters that all of these young girls, you ladies, 19, 20, 21 years old, did not know how to address the envelopes. And you can say that, but how many 19, 20-year-old young ladies do you know, or young men for that matter, have written a letter anytime recently?
That's a good question.
Right? Who writes one? When's the last time you mailed something out? I mean, even myself, I don't mail anything anymore, but I'm assuming young people, you know, everything's that you text. You don't write a thank you note. You just text thank you to somebody.
I'm still old-fashioned. I'll mail my bills sometimes.
Wow. Okay. I did not expect that.
There you go.
I did not expect that. You're the guy who puts a check in there?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah, just don't be the guy at Costco in front of me writing a check when I'm trying to get checked
not
out.
at Costco.
But,
not at Costco.
But anyway, when I first saw the coach Stacey Terry Hudson kind of held up an envelope and said, "Here's how you address these," and you across here, because I think some of the kids didn't even know where to address them. And at first my thought was, man, I can't believe this. But the more I think about it, how are they supposed to know? Nobody writes a letter anymore.
I do frown on these set of young ladies for not using their favorite piece of equipment in Chat GPT. Could have certainly have asked the Chat GPT, "Hey, how do I address a letter?" And it would have had it. They would have had it all written up for them.
It might have even done it for them somehow.
It would have. They would have figured that part out, I'm sure. But you bring up a good point. I don't think this generation. I mean, why would they know how to write a letter?
Yeah, the only reason
they got text.
The only reason they would know is if they received letters and they looked at the envelope, before they opened it. But Lori's like, well, they should learn how to write thank you notes. And I go, I'm sure they already know, but they don't do it in a letter. They just text somebody.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Why mess around with a letter?
I actually, I don't write letters, but I do sometimes journal.
Good for you. Does that have anything to do with addressing an envelope?
Kind of, because I'm actually doing writing and stuff,
Yeah, but you're writing to yourself. You're not like, "Dear Skraby." You're just You're just
What's up, Skraby?
Writing your thoughts.
What's up, Skraby?
I do know how to address an envelope. Like I've done that. When was the last time I did that? You know what? I actually sent a thank you card to someone in like the last year for something that they helped me with.
Very
and
good.
I mailed them a thank you card.
One time. Very good.
I mean,
Anyway,
I've mailed more than one.
This
thing.
is not. Yeah, this whole story wasn't to cast any shade on these young ladies and players, but
No, it's a
just,
good point. It's just a
it was
good
a
thought.
point to throw out there that's how things have changed so much.
No one's addressing letters.
No,
anymore,
they're not.
Or writing letters.
No, and I think the bottom line, good idea by the coaching staff and the people around that team to send those nice letters.
I mean,
Very nice touch.
it sounded like Stacey was ready for it anyway. She had
she had it. Yes.
She was prepared for that.
She held up the envelope and said, "Here's how you do it," and they were looking.
Dominic on the chat says, "I just made sure my kid read a clock and tell me time in 24-hour clock. Otherwise, she doesn't know how to mail a letter. So she knows how to tell time, but she can't mail a letter."
That's good. That's good.
I mean, do kids know how to tell time now? Like without a digital
for
watch?
real, there aren't a lot of the clocks that we used to have in our classroom.
Yeah, analog clocks.
There
aren't a lot.
There's
of
not
those.
a lot of those. I don't think there's a lot of those.
No, there aren't.
Oh,
All right. Well,
I guess Clay is also saying that sometimes Christmas cards are now sent as electronic cards.
Of course they are. Yeah, you open up your
Yeah,
Twitter account.
for
There's
sure.
the Gwynn family staring back at you.
You own.
Or I'm using him as an example. All right, let's take a check of traffic. On the other side of that, we had a great interview with Evan Weston. Even if you're not a huge soccer fan, this was a fun and funny interview talking about SDFC and the MLS. He's doing the game Sunday when they SDFC hosts St. Louis City. We talked a little bit about that, but enjoy this, you soccer fans, and even those of you who aren't.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Finally, a little bit of relief on our roads. Crash has been cleared over the right shoulder, South 805 before the 163, and southbound 15 just past the 8. Accident over the right shoulder. Got a collision on westbound 8 before Severn. It's over the right shoulder, but that other crash has cleared westbound 8 right before Sunset Cliffs. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Right now, though, we're going to see my friend Evan Weston, play-by-play broadcaster, MLS, Apple TV. Evan, how are you today? Thanks for joining us here in SDFC country.
Doing well, guys. Excited to be out there in San Diego this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you Sunday. We got the fixture. I call it a fixture because that's what they want me to. St. Louis City SC's coming in. I believe that was a draw, a scoreless draw last year. I remember them playing really early in the year here. But enough about that. 5-0 SDFC opens the season over Montreal. That is, at least in my mind, is an announcement that SDFC plans on being very good again. Do you take it kind of the same?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say at this point. You don't want to read into week one too often in any sport.
Right.
And Montreal is expected to be near the bottom of the standings. They did get a red card early in the second half. That said, it wasn't really much of a contest even before the red card. San Diego FC is a very, very good team. Are they a tippy-top MLS Cup contender? That's yet to be determined. I think it's certainly possible.
Sure.
They did finish top of the West last season. But yes, they should expect to win most weeks. They are a team with an extremely solid, consistent identity. They play the same way every week, home or road, doesn't matter the opponent. They play an extremely exciting, attractive style. I cannot imagine things going better for an expansion team, especially an expansion team outside of your, gigantic market or NFL owner type of paradigm. How wonderfully this has all come together so fast is really remarkable. And I think San Diego fans should be extremely excited about the team that they have now and going forward.
Yeah, and we are. I mean, I think the San Diego fans have been there. I know there's a big crowd for the opener. I think they'll be right back out there again. Going to definitely ask you about Tyler Heaps because he's doing a great job putting this whole package together. But before I get to him, Evan, you talked about their style. It's exciting. It's been successful. People kind of want to see it. They attack, and they don't mind every now and again if they give up a chance going the other way. Are more teams looking at not maybe SDFC, but just looking at that style and saying, hey, this is what we would like to do as well? Or are teams still slow to come around to, kind of pushing the envelope the way SDFC does?
Well, to play the way SDFC plays, you have to have the players to do it, right? All of your defenders need to be able to be comfortable on the ball in very tight situations. If you watch San Diego, you'll see teams try to blitz them and throw numbers forward at their back line, trying to force them to go long, and they just won't do it because they're told, we are going to play our way no matter what. And they have the players. You take a kid like Manu Dua, right? Top pick in the draft. That sounds great to, an American sports fan. Our draft is not really like a primary player mechanism. You maybe get 3 to 5 kids out of the college draft each year that hit. Manu Dua has hit to a degree that was unfathomable. And the reason is because they put him in a position to succeed. What does he do well? Okay, he's really calm on the ball and he's huge. Let's make him a ball-playing center back. And he has thrived in that role. I asked Mikey Veras last year when I did a San Diego game, who's somebody we're not talking about? He said, Chris McVeigh. So much of what we do is run through him. What is he? Ball-playing center back. You get all these young American kids who are good on the ball. They play in this structure. It's really, really well done from the top down. To be this good this quickly, there has to be an alignment from Tyler Heaps, you mentioned, to Mikey Veras, to the academy staff, to the assistant coaches, to the scouts. Everybody's pulling the same way. And that's why this works so well. Interestingly, the trend in world soccer is actually going the opposite way from what San Diego are doing. If you watch the Premier League this year, open play chances and open play goals are way down. Teams are trying to get bigger and are relying on corner kicks, free kicks, and long throw-ins to score goals. The theory being that it is much easier to swing the ball into the meat wad and get lucky than it is to actually create a goal. So I really admire San Diego for sticking to their principles and playing the way they play. It's also why I always tell people to watch MLS, because no one in MLS is doing that. Everybody wants to get on the ball. It's all out attack all the time. And to me, it's just a lot more fun, sort of like college football versus the NFL, right? It maybe the technical quality isn't quite as extreme, but it's just a lot more fun to get into and invest in, and that's why I really enjoy it. And San Diego is maybe number one in terms of committing to an attractive style that brings fans in and makes people excited.
Very well explained, Evan. Really, I got a good understanding of why we like watching our team. I appreciate you doing that.
We're talking to play-by-play announcer for MLS on Apple TV, Evan Weston, and he is brought to you by the SDCCU Fan Hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. I have 2 questions. Number 1, what is a meat wad so I can use it in the future?
That was well done, Evan. I got to tell you. I liked it, yeah.
Is it meat wad or meat log?
Well, I'm using the term silly, in a silly way. Just when you watch a corner kick or a free kick and you've got 18 guys wrestling each other in the 6-yard box. That is the meat wad.
The massive humanity.
I love it.
On any other play, when the ball's in play, if you breathe on a guy, it's a foul. But in the penalty area, you're allowed to mug them and pull them to the ground, and there's no consequence.
That is interesting. Yeah.
It's in the rules that there should be. And in fact, it is a point of emphasis this year for the referees that they are trying to really watch out for that, for teams trying to get unfair advantages on corner kicks, to make sure that they're not, both defenders and attackers, to make sure that they're not being overtly physical, because you're not wearing pads and helmets. That's not the point of this, right? So there is an emphasis on that. But that has been a way for a lot of teams in the highest levels of soccer that they have leaned into that as their primary method of scoring goals. And San Diego, while they're very good on corners, it is not their game model, right? Yeah. They want to have the ball. They want to create with the ball.
When Joe Buck on Monday Night Football says that they hand off to Derrick Henry and he just ran into the meat wad, you know that
Derrick Henry runs through the meat wad.
That is true.
Does.
He definitely
but when
does.
Joe Buck says that, Evan, we're going to know that you have arrived on the scene, man.
Yes. My actual question, Evan, is the SDFC just extended Tyler Heaps, their sporting director, and you were talking about how they've built their team and how it's a little bit different than what the trend is going on around the world. What role? Obviously a lot, but what do you know about Tyler Heaps and the way that he has put this team together and his fingerprint on it?
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing is that he has gotten the entire organization to buy into the way he wants to play. And in soccer, it is so important that everybody is aligned in terms of the model you want to play and that you have players that fit that and fit with each other. In basketball, for instance, if you have Nikola Jokic, you're going to build your entire team around Nikola Jokic, and he can just drag you to success at a certain point, right? Baseball, more of an individual sport. You're trying to buy wins and buy talent rather than maybe put a team together. In soccer, you can have individually great players, but if they don't fit together and you're not all pulling the same way, it's going to look bad. Look at Atlanta United. I don't mean to pick on them, but they're a team that spent over $50 million on 3 players over 2024 and 25, and they finished second to last season because they didn't fit. They wanted to occupy similar spaces. The coach wasn't in line with how to best use the players, and they're still trying to get out from under this. San Diego found a nucleus in Anders Dreyer, who was undervalued because of where he was playing and fit perfectly into what they wanted to do, and surrounded him with guys that would supplement his talents and build the right system. And I think Tyler Heaps gets an enormous amount of credit, not only for having a good idea, but then implementing that idea so comprehensively and bringing in a coach in Mikey Veras that understands it and agrees with it and embodies it and is so good at developing young players and then getting those young players to buy in and play along with that model. And it's got to be a fun style to play. I mean, you see them play all those long sequences of nifty short passes. They sucker teams up the field and then bam, off to the races. It's a beautiful style. I love watching it.
Evan Weston, he's got the match on Sunday night. Hope you'll go out and see these guys, this SDFC. If you missed it last year, don't get left behind this time around, man. Looks like it's going to be another great season. 6:15 is the match on Sunday night at Snapdragon Stadium. Just give us a little Reader's Digest preview of this match, what you're looking for. I mean, we talk about SDFC's style. If I recall St. Louis City last year, they were kind of the opposite. They wanted to slow things down a little bit. Is that what we're looking at again Sunday? Kind of a clash of styles?
Interestingly, no.
Okay.
St. Louis City went through a complete full house clean out. And what's funny about that is, so they came into the league in 2023, 2 years before San Diego, and had a similarly amazing expansion season. They finished at the top of the West. They had a great year. They were playing very much the opposite, right? Against the ball, counter, that sort of style. And it turned out to be a lot less sustainable than the style that San Diego plays. Now, again, we're still very early in San Diego's second season, but the early returns are absolutely tremendous. And St. Louis has essentially blown it up. So they're on a new head coach. They have a new sporting director, Corey Ray, who they hired from Montreal. The coach comes up under the Wilfred Nancy school. Remember his Columbus team that won MLS Cup. Not the same formation, not exactly the same style that San Diego plays, but very much ball dominant. They want to control the ball. They want to get a lot wider than San Diego does, which I think is something that's really interesting. I'm really curious to hear my analyst, Sasha Kleston's take on that style mixture. I'm really fascinated to see how committed to that they can be on the road against a team that does what they do, but probably better and has been doing it a lot longer, right? Are they going to be patient enough to wait out San Diego, or are they going to get aggressive, trying to put their own stamp on the game and give San Diego openings? San Diego is the more talented team. They'll have the best player on the field in Anders Dreyer. They should be favored in this game, but MLS is a funny league. And if you get into a game in Germany and it's Bayern Munich against the team in 10th place, Bayern Munich's going to win 99 times out of 100. That is not the case in MLS. It is a league with a lot more parity enforced by the salary cap and by the just total variety of tactical ideas and different talents and diversity around the league. So St. Louis is a bit of a mystery box right now. They looked good in their opener. They got a draw at home. It was a game that they probably should have won. They ran into a good goalkeeper, but they're probably a better and different team than we saw last year. That said, San Diego should go into this thinking that they should handle business. They are so good at home. And the way that they play it could be a problem for St. Louis if they get out over their skis.
6:15 Sunday night out at Snapdragon. Evan Weston, if you don't make it to the match, you can listen to his call on Apple TV. That's where I'll be watching the match most likely.
And no paywall.
That's right. No paywall this year. We talked about that, man. We're going to get right to the match.
Or double paywall, I should say. You need your Apple TV.
You do have to have Apple TV,
account,
but I think everybody's got Apple TV now. So.
Everybody's got Apple TV.
That's
guys.
right. And if they don't, they're gonna
TV.
buy it between now and then to watch SDFC. Evan, great stuff. If they fire one into the meatwad Sunday night, you're going to think of us, and we appreciate it. So
I may use the term in the broadcast now.
Please
awesome.
do.
Awesome.
Do.
All right, man. Thank you. That was great. Appreciate your time, Evan.
Appreciate you guys.
Great stuff. Evan Weston from MLS on Apple TV. If he says meatwad Sunday night, he's going to actually stop the broadcast and laugh.
Probably.
There's no way he'll get through it.
If anybody is watching and he says meatwad, please let me know. Because I have to get that audio.
All right. For Tony Skraby, Tony's off tomorrow because he's got to get back to San Diego to see his daughter in the big soccer match. But Skraby and I'll carry you into the weekend. Look forward to it. 2:00 tomorrow, Skraby.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then you got the Chronicles coming up next. So
yes, sir.
Good news for all of you out there. You can just keep it right here.